how great I am. I don't have to tell you about my strategy.
Created this company called Rockefeller Records. Shout out to Dame. I know we don't see eye to eye, but I can never erase your accomplishments.
Thank you,
and
Jay.
I appreciate you.
Thank you for acknowledging Dame Dash.
Shout out to Biggs.
The Biggs.
One of the most honorable people I've ever met.
Just one man is hogging the attention. Michael Jordan.
I ain't no joke. I used to let the mic smoke. Now I slam it when I'm done and make sure it's broke when I'm going over.
There's no guy slicker than this young fly mister. Nickel 9 liquor, floss you die quicker. This bed.
Yeah, I used to smoke reefer. What?
Well, it's not your game. You didn't make the rules, so everything comes hard. As long as you're signed to a contract, you're gonna take a minority share of the win.
And I go speak to him like, why you do me like that?
What did he tell you?
Man, your rap sheet.
A rap sheet? Man.
Look,
NBA rap sheet.
NBA shit. You want to be in the streets or you want to be in the NBA?
This is what he told you.
That's what in his office. You want to be in the streets or you want to be in the NBA?
Everything you do, you go hard. When they doubt you, you definitely gotta go hard. When you fall, you go hard. That pain gonna make you grow. Big motion.
Listen, I'm not matching energy no more because it simply takes too much energy to match your bad energy. And I'm not fucking up my vibration not 1 second longer.
I have no motherfucking fear. I have no fear. I have only ambition, and I want mine. And I will do anything to protect and feed my family.
Yeah, salute, world. You already know what time it is. War Mike Ms. Lost from the most never needs to brag no boast. All we ever did was give a toast to the real folks. We done paved the way, and the real way for us players to play. Yeah, man's gonna want to have a good one for y'all tonight. I hope y'all ready. We're going to go into this debate where Tariq Nasheed simply destroys Myron Gaines. He's a tether that, lives in the United States, work for the government, and doesn't know what side he's on. So now he still a victim of white supremacy, but has white supremacist talking points, And that's what makes him detrimental to the cause, because how you want to be white supremacist? You can't even get to that level yet. You can't even get to that level. So you just conning the people that you're with, trying to gain some notoriety in a system that will never see you as their equal. So now, with that being said, let's take a look at this here debate. Tariq Nasheed went in on all of them, the whole 9 yards, you know what I'm saying? So you got to give him that. Tariq is very sharp and quick-witted when it comes to debating these suspected white supremacists. So imagine a wannabe suspected white supremacist. He ain't gonna say nothing. He ain't got nothing to say. And now look, I'm trying to block my stream and shit. I know the tactics. But it ain't gonna work. Nope, not this time. I'm gonna make sure that shit. We're gonna get this thing through tonight. Shout out to everybody out there. Like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, man, let's get it in. Let's get it in. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all understand that when these guys debate, people like Tariq is only to get brownie points with the white supremacists that they supposedly are being employed by. Because you gotta understand, a lot of money goes into all these dudes and their different levels of understanding, just to undermine black folks. You know, it's not a thing where they don't understand what's going on. It's just they're trying to run a con game because they're scared of the oppressor, how the oppressor might view them, you know. So once you take that into consideration, you understand exactly where these guys are coming from and why you shouldn't take them seriously and use them as satire the way Tariq is, because the war is a serious one. You know, when you have guys that are playing on these levels that aren't too serious, you see how easily you could get swayed into believing the bullshit that comes out of their mouth. If you're you know, a conformist person that doesn't really see what's really good out here, you know. I could see you being manipulated. By guys who don't speak truth to power, you know. Because if you're scared to talk about your oppressor, then you're not ready to be. You're not ready to be free. You're ready to stay oppressed, because that shouldn't even be your spirit. If you want to be free, you know, it should be well on your way, well within your rights to speak truth to power. These are the things that get me heated, because I see it everywhere, time and time again. No progress is going to be made without real men and women standing up to the powers that be.
Spear. White supremacist spear, an Arab guy, a Blasian, a Jew. This is not really white supremacist.
Yeah.
Well, you're one to be Myron, and Sneeko, he's a mutt. I don't think can help you get that tooth fixed down in Colombia. Dr. Montoya, I can give you a card on him. FBA brother knocked your tooth out and you ran to the police like a bitch, and I can get you a good tampon too, because the bitch came right on out of you. But
Yeah,
I don't know who you are, but yeah, I didn't go to the police. They questioned me, and I didn't do anything. I didn't go to the police.
Yeah, it looked like you were filing a report.
No, they came and questioned me, but it sounds funny, like if you're a black nationalist, to go and immediately leave and support the police, but that's not what happened.
Oh no, man, like you. But didn't you have Jake?
W Black Nationalist.
But didn't you have Jake? You had Jake Shields with you. Doesn't he do MMA? He's supposed to whoop all this ass, and he stood there looking like Whitney Houston in The Bodyguard while you got your ass whooped. Where's Jake?
The guy ran away, like he fell down. Nobody knew I got hit. Like, it wasn't pretty obvious. Jake Shields didn't see it. If it was under different
circumstances. Jake saw it. Jake was standing there. I saw the video. Jake stood there with his titties flopping. He was standing there not doing anything. I mean,
Tariq, if you got a big mouth and hands like that, why don't you come down here to Miami? We'll have a celebrity boxing match. I'm sure we can find some white nationalists who will want to whoop your ass.
well, all I can do is just throw a jar of mayonnaise at you and you'll flee like roaches. So I don't know. We can do whatever. We can set it all up.
I mean, let's stop talking this broke talk. Come on down here. Let's find you an opponent and make some money. You know, that way you won't have to go to Colombia to fix your teeth, brokey.
Yeah, okay. Well, the only thing broke is your mother's womb from all that black dick going up in there.
I don't have a mother. Me and my daddy share yours. Now let's get mamas, bro.
Your daddy shares your pussy. That's what's being sold.
Come on, brother. Dude, you're demeaning yourself, man. Stop the nonsense.
I don't even know who I'm talking to. Who am I talking to?
People who actually matter in this world, bro. Unlike you.
You're a low life degenerate.
If you say so, brother. If you say so.
You're a low life degenerate.
You still waiting for your reparations, bro?
Absolutely.
I know you are. Keep waiting, bro. Keep waiting for your reparations,
keep
man.
Waiting on your birthday.
The WNBA will be a fucking world renowned sport before you get a penny.
Keep waiting on your birth rates to rise.
Send Brittany back.
You keep waiting on that. All right. So what else is going on besides black cock on your mind?
You're the one who brought it up, brother.
Didn't you make a gay movie? Didn't you make a gay movie?
Well, no, that was your granddad. I just produced it.
It's called Buck Breaking, isn't it? Like Brick Back Mom?
Not Brick Back. Well, it was about your degenerate culture. Yes, we talked about how you guys are freaks. Yes, indeed.
Let me ask you something, brother. Let me ask you
Who am I
something.
speaking with?
In America, you have millions of black millionaires. What the fuck are you bitching about, bro? There's not another country in the world that gives a fuck about black people. You have actually millions of black millionaires in this country, and you're still fucking running your mouth. When you gonna get that fucking victim mindset out of your goddamn ass?
Well, aren't you an Arab?
No, I'm actually a Jew.
No, you're an Arab.
Gary, you know what the fastest growing industry in America is?
Now, how's an Arab talking about victim mindset? What are you talking about? You're
The fastest growing industry in America is victimhood.
Oh, well, Tariq should fucking be the president of that fucking class.
Okay, listen, little Arab.
Amen.
Give me, because I can't actually earn it myself.
You're never going to be a white man. You're a wannabe white supremacist. You're not going to be white. You're a mascot.
I'm a Jewish man. How can I be a white supremacist, you fucking moron?
You're a wannabe white supremacist. I will steal your fucking camel if you keep talking that shit. All right, don't play with me, all right?
Well, I expected more out of you. I didn't think I could get disappointed, but here you are, and you fucking pulled it off, brother.
Indeed. And again, you'll never be white. You're just a mascot for white supremacy. As long as I'm not that, I'm good to go.
I mean, I look in the mirror, I'm pretty white.
You don't. That's the baklava fumes that's coming from your plate, sir. You're not white, all right? You're a wannabe.
You're the only one laughing, bro.
You're a shameful wannabe. You're a disgrace to Hamas, all right? Whoever you are, you're for.
Hamas, bro. I'm Jewish, you dumb fuck. What is wrong with you, man?
You're a wannabe all across the board. You don't know what you want to be.
Okay, if you say so. My last name ends in Berg, but whatever you say.
Sure. You're hanging around with white nationalists and they're calling your names behind your back.
I don't know any white nationalists. I have none. See, this is all you do. Accusations. You're no different than a brown.
You guys sit around here whining about black people, thinking that you're going to get brownies.
Nobody was talking about black people.
No one was talking about white black people, bro.
That's all you do.
Hold up. The speakers, wait a second.
You guys are the biggest wannabes on the planet.
Wannabe what?
You'll never be white.
The panel here is a black man, another black man. I'm black. We got a Jew. You come in here saying that we're white supremacists. Does everything have to be about you? Nobody started talking about black cock till you came in. We were talking about
you do it all the time.
He's the victim.
What is on your mind, Tariq? The fuck are you thinking about?
Calm down. You're going to get your trailer park musty. Calm down, sir. Calm down.
Bro, leave it to a black guy to come in and talk about race. That's all you talk about. Literally, you have no other talking points.
Who is that,
race.
Sneeko?
Literally came in here. Yeah, no, it's me. It's
who
me.
is me?
It doesn't
I don't
matter
know
who I
who
am. It's all right.
A Cuban man, retard. A Cuban, like, you think it's a white nationalist.
You made the conversation 100% about race. Leave it to the black man to come in and to talk about race.
Because that's what
all you talk about. You have no other idea.
That's what you
have no other.
Because you're very insecure as a.
For any solution.
There's
no solution.
White supremacy.
There's zero solutions. It's all complaining.
Your whole all of your platforms is based.
Name one solution, Tariq. Name one solution to your problems.
Reparations.
Name one solution.
Calm down, now.
Reparations.
Name one solution.
Calm down.
Name one
You're
solution.
repeating things like
name
Bro,
one
Hotep
solution.
took this guy apart.
Who? Calm
Tariq,
down.
name one solution, Tariq. Instead of
Calm down.
complaining, how about as a man you come up with a
Well,
solution?
you're very emotional.
Are you a female who complains all day, or are you a man who comes up with a
Well, I
solution?
need to get you some yeast in. I
What?
need
No,
to
no, no.
get you
Speak
some
about
yeast
ideas,
infection cream. You're
concepts,
being a
solutions.
bitch right now. Calm down.
No, you're a black
Calm
man who
down.
came on talking about race.
You're
as
whining
usual.
like a hoe.
That's what you did, because that's what you
You're
always
whining
do.
like a hoe.
You probably do this in every space. You
You're
come on
whining.
and talk about race. White nationalist this, black person that, Jew this. Nobody was talking about race until you came up here, because it's typical black behavior. Typical nigger
There you
behavior.
go.
That's exactly what you
that
did. There we
you
go.
thought you were with
Yup.
that?
By the
You
way,
think
guess
that?
what?
You
My
think that?
grandmother's a nigger. My mother's a nigger. And guess what? I'm 25% nigger.
Right. And you're
I
a
was saying,
wannabe. You're a
so
wannabe
how about
white
this? Real
supremacist.
quick. How about this? How about you
So
talk about
do
something
that.
other
Is
than
that
race and
supposed to
come up
be
with a
offensive,
solution?
sir?
This guy's a
That's
broken
Is that
record. Everyone
supposed
said
to be
this guy's a white
offensive?
person. You got black people in this
There we
room.
go.
You got Jews in this room. He calls everyone a white supremacist. Are you
Black people
fucking
in
blind or
America have
stupid,
a
sir?
victim
Wannabe.
complex with guys
Yeah.
like Tariq.
The
There's not
guy
one
just
white
said
person
you're
in this
using
panel.
N-word. The guy
I'm
just
actually
said
white.
yeah, you're a bunch of suspect wannabe
Oh, so
white
you're gonna come up
supremacists.
here and call everybody names and then you get offended over
I'm
a
not
word?
offended. You're not eating with that, sorry.
No, you have
You're not
actually no
offending
important points to
anybody.
make.
You're a
You have zero
wannabe.
solutions. You have
You're
zero
not
concepts. All
offended.
you
You
do is
think
call
you're
people
Nobody's
offending
names.
trying
black
to
You
people.
offend
label
anybody.
people.
You think you're offending black
You
people
live
by
for
using
labeling.
the N-word. That's offensive. We know that you're a
That's,
racist.
I didn't try to offend
You're
you.
not
Tariq, no
you're
one
not
called you the
eating,
N-word.
sir.
The
You're
only
not
way we're going to call
eating.
you N-word if we add the word bitch
You're a
ass in
bunch
front of
of
it.
wannabe Anglos, and you're not.
No.
Listen to me.
Listen, no, just because you say it, don't
That
make
is
it true.
true. You
Just
want to
because
be
you say it,
Anglos.
you say something, you
You're
don't
ashamed.
substantiate it. All you do
You're
is
ashamed of your
hope
background.
that people believe
You're
you.
ashamed.
When you speak, you just hope
want to
people
be
believe you.
Anglos, and
You
you'll
have to
never
actually
be.
substantiate what you
You'll
say.
never be an Anglo.
That's typical behavior,
Sir.
bro. Typical nigger behavior, bro. You come on here hoping people
Sir.
listen to you because you have no actual
Sir,
substantiation
you
behind
failed
what
in
you
your
say.
homeland, and you
Sir,
want to be
you
white.
failed at
You
being
failed in your
effective.
homeland,
You
and you want to
failed
be white.
at being effective.
Anglos are
wanna
only
be
All
one
you're
type
doing
of
is
white,
bringing
by the way.
entertainment to here because
You all
at another nigger
failed
talking
in
about
your
race.
homeland.
This is what happens.
All right, and you
It
want to be
doesn't.
white, and
It
you'll
doesn't.
never be.
It doesn't make sense.
You
And this
come
is
from a
always
failed
what you do.
homeland.
You
sir.
know, you want to
Listen
speak
to
in an
you.
intellectual
You're
way,
just babbling
but you
like a
say nothing that's
biatch.
intellectual.
You're babbling
That's
like
literally
a
what you
biatch.
do. You cannot portray
You're
yourself as an
babbling
intellectual
like
and
a
not bring up
biatch.
All right, hold on one sec. Hold on one sec.
Calm
So,
down.
you know, I was, I kind of wanted to hear what
Okay,
Tariq would come in and talk
right.
about.
Is that Myron? Is that Myron?
Yeah, it is. It is. And it's
Oh,
interesting
Myron,
how,
hold on. Before you start, I gotta say,
wow.
I know we've had our words. We've had our words. And we've had our differences. All right. And I'm willing to go on your show. I know you wanted me to go on your show at one point, and we can put our differences aside. And I offer my extension to prayer, and I pray now. All right. There you go.
All right.
What a fucking
You know,
lame.
you know what's interesting? Like, this is what I found very interesting. I kind of wanted to see what you would come in and talk about. Right? And
all right,
as
go ahead,
expected-
Myron. Go ahead, Myron. All right, let's hear from.
I was legitimately.
Let's hear from Sudanese Myron. Go ahead.
Can I talk now?
Go ahead, Myron.
Yeah, so I was intrigued to see what you were going to come in and talk about. I was actually legitimately open ears, like, okay, I wonder what he's going to talk about. And I find it very interesting that we were not talking about an iota of race, whether it was black, white, Jewish, anything.
All of your platforms are about anti-black.
Okay,
all of
okay,
your
look, let me finish my point.
Okay.
Now, we were not race whatsoever, and I find it interesting. The first words out your mouth are white supremacy as soon as you come in here.
Yeah, you're a wannabe, right?
And again, Tariq, I got a legitimately serious question for you. If you
Go
didn't
ahead
talk
and ask
about
that
race,
question.
if you didn't talk about race, what would you talk about?
Sir,
Sucking dick.
Like, what would you legitimately talk about, bro? What would you talk about if you didn't talk about race all day?
Sir, I talk about a whole bunch of stuff without talking about race, but I talk about racism because it's the most important thing
What
that
is
white supremacists want to be.
What is it? What is it that you talk about without?
Sir, relationship books, and they were all bestsellers, sir. I can talk about
and you don't
so
talk
many
about
other
any more
things.
interesting enough.
But race is a very serious problem. Something that's very important. Yes, anti-black racism is a very big problem.
I'm asking
That's
you
why
about
you
what
got
you talk
platforms.
about that's not
That's
race.
the only reason you guys
And you
got
bring it back to
platforms is
race.
because you
I ask
have
you what you can talk
anti-black
about besides
platforms.
race, and you bring it back to race.
Because you're anti-black platforms. That's all you do is discuss
No, I'm not
race.
anti-black.
Yes, you are.
I'm not anti-black. I'm
That's the
anti-retard.
only. That's the
I'm
only reason you have a
anti-retard,
platform,
and you're behaving like one.
sir.
please.
I'm
You're the
asking,
one.
what do you talk about besides race?
What do you do besides flee your homeland?
Okay, good one. I'm asking you a legitimate question, Tariq.
And that's
What do
a
you talk about
legitimate
besides
question.
race?
That's a projection. Your platforms are based on anti-black racism, Myron.
No,
all
we
of
talk
your
about a bunch of things. Race
No,
is
you
just one
don't.
of the
It
things we talk
always
about.
goes back to anti-black
Versus,
racism.
all you talk about is race.
And
I'm
what
asking
you,
you a
and
legit
then you
question.
have, and then you have a bunch of women on there who are black and Caribbean, and you scream and bark
They're
on
also
them
white,
like a
Asian,
coward. Why don't you
Hispanic,
do that shit to a dude, man?
white-
Why don't you bark on a
white-
dude like that?
White, Asian,
You know what I'm
Hispanic.
saying?
Come down
Why
to
don't you
Miami.
do all that shit to do?
White, Asian, Hispanic. We've had them with all
You
kinds of
understand?
races, not
You
just
know,
black.
you don't do it to dudes because you'll get that
Oh,
Sneeko
now you're
energy. You
deflecting.
saw what happened to Sneeko.
See how I
You
refute
saw
what
what
you
happened
say?
to Sneeko
I
when
refute
y'all
what
run
you
up on a
say.
dude with that shit.
I refute what you say, and then you immediately come in and try
Because
to say
y'all,
something
you
else.
bark on women, you bark on
Here we
black
go.
women all the time because
Here
you're a
we go.
coward. You're a
Here we
coward and a
go.
wannabe. Okay.
So what's your argument now?
That's what.
Because
Well, the
first I
argument
asked
is
you,
you're
what do
a
you talk about
coward
besides
and a
race?
wannabe. All right.
Okay. Yep.
You're a wannabe white
What,
supremacist and you're a coward.
you don't put your foot down with women. What you don't talk sternly with
And
women.
all you guys have platforms built on
No,
anti-black
I'm asking,
racism.
like you don't talk sternly to women at
you
all.
talk that shit online.
You don't talk sternly
You
to
talk
women.
that shit online, and
You let women talk to you. This is
Tariq,
definitely-
thank
this
you
is
for
definitely
coming in
wrong.
here and showing how low IQ the reparations movement is. Thank you for coming in here and fucking exposing your dumb ass.
All right, you're a bunch of geniuses.
No, you you definitely
You're showing us the high
you're on a
IQs.
leash,
All
bro.
right.
You're definitely on a leash.
Tariq.
Yo,
No,
your
no,
woman got you on a
guys,
leash.
chill.
We
I
can
asked
look
him a
at
legitimate question, and you guys
we
see
can
how
look
he
at
just
your
immediately
we can look
deflected?
at your high.
Just deflected everything.
This is high IQ conversation from you guys, really?
All you started talking
Bro,
about
racism is not high IQ. Stop.
You guys are talking like
He's
you're Rhodes
Boulay.
scholars. You're a bunch of YouTube flunkies.
Bro, you're talking like,
all right?
you're
not
on
a
leash by
Rhodes
your
scholar.
woman,
You're a
bro.
bunch of YouTube flunkies.
You do not. No,
all right?
you do not. You
Your
have
own-
no
your
type
only
of control in your
platform
home.
is
I'm
you
guaranteeing
can only
that.
come up by spewing anti-black racism. You're not intellectuals at all. Let's stop it. All right?
You want to know why
You're-
anti-black
man, you're over
racism
your head,
exists
bro.
is because of you.
You're
You're
a
the
bunch
problem.
of Anglo.
You're the reason that black
You
people
wanna
are
be
held
Anglo.
back in America because
Talking
you
about
about the
high
victim
IQ.
mentality without anything else.
You
All
failed
know
in
how to
all
do
of you failed in your homelands, all of you, and you want to be white supremacists, and that's the only platforming you can do is spewing.
You do realize that there's like FBAs in
we're
and
both
then you
born
get
in
knocked
America.
in your damn teeth. You got knocked in your teeth for doing that shit in person. You're a bunch
Yeah,
of
no,
losers.
yeah. Well, you're
Dude,
an
this
idiot.
guy talks like he's
What?
from the coast of California because he is. This is
Boy.
exactly how people from the coast of California talk because they don't have other people calling them out for the dumb shit they say. And this guy's doing exactly that. I'm from the coast of California, so I know exactly how these fucking people are.
And you smell like a wet dog. Now shut up. Now
That's
you
great,
all
bro.
other guys are a bunch of
That's
wannabe.
great.
Who you voting for?
Yo, man, your insults are fucking trash, bro. You're not even entertaining.
Sir,
All you
That's
do
who
is
you voting
talk
for,
birth
sir.
shit.
rates
Who you
are
voting
trash. That's why you are struggling with your birth rates and your
Bro, you say you're the bro.
Yo, I got 2 kids. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
We don't care. We don't act like victims. Who cares, bro? It doesn't matter. You're the only person here acting a victim. It doesn't matter.
You're a bunch of whiny wannabe
you are
white supremacists.
for your whole community, bro. You're speaking for your whole community when probably half
Your
your community
claim
doesn't
to
even
fame
agree
is
with you.
going around getting
Yeah, how are you
beat up.
speaking for
What
everybody?
kind of shit is that? Get beat up? That's your claim to fame? What shit is that? What kind of weird? You guys are weirdos. What kind of stuff is that?
Are you speaking for the whole
No, I'm
black
talking
community or
about
what?
you guys.
Yo, he definitely isn't. He definitely
I'm talking
isn't.
about the wannabe white
Nah, this
supremacist
the
community.
FBA
You're
nigga.
going around.
Wait,
getting
but who are
beat
you?
up.
Who are you?
Do you understand how stupid you are? You're calling a Jewish man a white supremacist. You fucking moron.
Wannabe Anglo.
And you were raised by a single mother. That's very fucking clear.
You were raised by.
Where's your father? Do you even know your father's name?
You were raised by a fat honey.
Yeah, you don't know your father's name. That's why you fucking are with the piece of garbage that you are right now.
These old 4chan tropes don't work.
Definitely, it's a dry cereal growing up. Your cereal.
What's your daddy's name for $100, Tariq? What's your daddy's name for $200, Tariq? Exactly, you fucking beta bitch.
So guys, he clearly came in here to talk to me. So Tariq,
all right. Any more corny jokes?
He only came in here to talk to me. So let's go ahead and have a discussion.
So not witty.
Tariq, let's go ahead and have a discussion. I asked you a very simple question.
Right.
I didn't resort.
Myron, I answered
No.
you, sir.
Okay.
Myron,
I didn't resort to insulting you or doing ad hominems. I asked a legitimate question.
And I answered
if you didn't,
Myron.
okay, and you said you wrote books about relationships.
Right.
So
Myron,
why do you not do that anymore? Why do you only talk about race now?
That's not all I talk about, Myron. I have a hot movie out right now about hip hop. I talk about a lot of stuff, sir. I just don't talk about race, but I'm going to talk about you anti-black racists who are always spewing anti-black racism. Yes, I will check you on that.
No. I spew anti-stupidity. That's
No.
what I spew.
You are
Anti-stupidity.
an anti-black
It
racist.
just so happens that a lot of black people are stupid.
Well,
That's
sir,
what I spew.
if we're so damn stupid, you're the one who fled from your damn homeland.
No.
So we're
I
not
said
that
a lot of
stupid.
them are stupid. It
All
could be
right.
white,
Well,
black,
you
Hispanic.
come
It doesn't
from
matter.
stupidity. We're
All
stupid enough
people
to
are
not have
stupid.
to flee.
All
We're
people are
stupid.
stupid. See how
We're
you're going to
stupid
an ad
enough.
hominem?
You can't say
See
that
how
we're
you're going
stupid.
to an ad hominem that has nothing to
that's
do
not
with
an ad
the
hominem.
debate?
Sir,
That has nothing to do with the debate.
Yes, it does, because
No,
you
it does
can't.
not.
You're not qualified
No,
to
it does
say
not.
anybody's stupid, and you fled from a failed homeland.
Okay, so
You're not
so if
qualified.
someone's an immigrant, they're not qualified to comment on
No,
social
you're
issues.
not. If you come from a homeland where everybody's over there starving, you can't say none of us are stupid. You're not at liberty to do that. Okay.
So hold on. So let me just get this straight.
Let's get it straight.
Are you telling me that if you're an immigrant, you cannot comment
from the
other
Sudan?
situations?
Yeah. If you're from somebody, you're from the Sudan, you can't say shit about a foundational Black American. Nothing.
Interesting.
At all.
Interesting.
Nothing.
Let me. Okay.
You can't say nothing about us.
Let's use your logic.
Not one
then.
word.
Let's
You
use
come
your
from
logic.
a failed homeland where people are starving. You can't say shit about us. Yes.
Cool.
That's
Then
how that
let's
works.
use your logic. Then.
That's how
Tariq,
that
let me
works.
ask you a question. Do you have to be a mathematician to say 1 + 1 is 2?
No, sir. No. That's a non sequitur. It has nothing to do with anything. You come from a failed homeland where people are over there starving, and you haven't figured out how to stop the people from starving. So you can't come over here and talk about it. Here we go.
Thank you to the white supremacists in America. You're eating, Tariq.
How so, sir?
Because the white people started this country. The white supremacists started this country. Go back. Exactly.
Let me take this because
no,
this is
didn't.
what
They failed when they tried to do it on their own. They didn't start a damn thing. It was foundational Black Americans. Go ahead, sir.
Tariq, let me again. So you're telling me if someone's an immigrant from Sudan or wherever they're from, they can't comment on social issues?
Not over here. No, you're not at liberty to do that because your social issues are in shambles. You're not at liberty.
Cool.
Why would
So
we listen to you? Why would we listen to you?
Okay.
If you come from a country of complete
now let me
failure,
ask you another question.
Why would we listen to you?
So
you're not at liberty.
So only other. Let me get this straight then. So only other FBAs, according to your logic, can comment on FBA issues. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. Only foundational Black Americans can talk about our issues. We don't concern ourselves with what's going on with you. You come from a failed culture. You're not at liberty to give us any advice on anything, sir.
Would you call it a successful
fix your
culture
homeland.
of
You need
foundational
to
Black
fix your
Americans
homeland.
who
You
were
need to fix
taken
what's going on over there in your homeland.
Is that a successful culture?
Everybody, guys, you came in here.
You
Is that
need
a
to fix
successful
your
culture
homeland.
when your ancestors got taken into slavery and taken to another country? Do you consider that a successful culture? Because you're saying Sudan is not successful.
Right.
So would you consider where your ancestors were originally taken from as successful?
Half of our ancestors were already here. Let's get that straight. We're foundational Black Americans, sir. There were Black people here. There were Black people brought over here. So we had an ethnogenesis, and we never fled from the country we built,
Won't
sir.
answer the
So
question,
we're
of
much
course,
different.
again.
I did answer the question, sir. If you're not smart enough with them stingy Irish genes of yours, that's your problem,
Irish.
sir.
Yeah, my name is Amir, bro. I'm definitely Irish, dude.
Okay. Well,
so let me ask you this question, Tariq. By your logic, right? Because you're saying only foundational Black Americans can criticize other foundational Black Americans. So if that's the case, why are you talking shit about white people and white supremacists? Since you're not white, you can't give an opinion.
But I am a victim of white supremacy. I can talk about the
see how
victim.
it doesn't work out? Doesn't make
Yeah.
sense, does it?
Because we're being victimized by the white supremacists. So I can talk about.
How are you being victimized by the white
because
supremacists?
they've created a system of white supremacy that they've militarized, and we can't break out of it because they have a military stronghold over us, sir. And you too.
Okay, tell me in 2024 how the white supremacists are holding you back militarily.
They control all areas of activity and they dominate all areas. And when we start building on our own, they use their military to destroy it all across the board. Whenever we build prosperous neighborhoods, they use their military to destroy it. And they've done this all across the board. They control the educational system. When we try to get our own educational system, they use their militarized system to destroy it. They destroy it all across the board. And these are facts, sir. We're under a global system of white supremacy.
Okay.
Tulsa, Oklahoma was 100 years ago, bro.
Hold on. So let me ask you this.
They build freeways and train tracks in Black neighborhoods that's prosperous even today. I live in Los Angeles, Crenshaw Boulevard. They're destroying the Black businesses by building a train system down Crenshaw Boulevard. They do this stuff now. We
And
can
who controls Los Angeles? Who are the elected politicians in Los Angeles?
So you're telling me
we get sabotaged, and the great thing about us, even though we get sabotaged, we can still rebuild and we can still find success. They sabotage
Hey, what
you
color are the
wannabes too.
politicians in Los Angeles that you're talking about that's being destroyed?
Yo,
Are they
Jacosta,
white?
mute everybody except for me and Tariq, bro. Everybody else, shut the fuck up. All right, he didn't come in to talk to y'all niggas, so he's coming in here to talk to me. So that's fine. Let's have a discussion, Tariq. So let's have a discussion because I've been waiting a very long time to talk to you because you are literally the lord of victimhood. So let's go ahead and have a
And
discussion.
you
So
are
you're
the
saying
lord of
now,
victimization, sir. But go ahead.
Okay, sure.
A wannabe,
Okay, well,
but you're a
either way,
wannabe.
it's up to you,
You're not
right?
even a real white supremacist. You're
Sure.
a wannabe. But go ahead, Myron.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Go ahead.
Anyway, so you're claiming that the white supremacists control the military, which is holding back the blacks in America. Okay, do you believe that's still the case in 2020?
Right now, this very minute.
Really?
Holding back, and when I mean holding back, they keep an oppressive system that will dominate and control what we do. Even though there's still black people who are successful. Hell, I'm a millionaire. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm still under a system of
You
white
ain't no
supremacy.
billionaire, you lying ass motherfucker.
He said he's a millionaire.
I didn't say billionaire. I said a millionaire. And that's verified. Y'all can verify.
My bad.
That's easily verified.
See how they're dumb? See how dumb they argue? Hey, you ain't no billionaire, you lie. Obviously, he's not a billionaire. You'll be sitting up here talking to me all goofies. And even if, why would you think he's a billionaire? Man, you know much, you know where you got to go through to be a billionaire? It's crazy. White folks and their delusion.
But that doesn't mean anything.
So Tariq, if you were able to do it and you're black, why can't
because
others?
we're phenomenal as black people. Foundational black Americans are absolutely phenomenal. That's why we can do it.
Okay, so why can't others do it then? If they're being held down like you claim, why can't they do it? You did it. You did it, right?
Everybody can't do it in a system of white supremacy. Everybody's not going to be able to do it. I was able to do it because I understood the system. And I kind of worked around it. But I called this system out. But I would have been much richer without the system of white supremacy. We live in a global system of white supremacy.
Okay. So it's interesting because, you know.
Now, is that true or not true, Myron? I mean, shit. Am I making this up?
No.
Then why did they say that? Then why did they say this is their words? The white supremacists said this. This is them.
I've let you speak, but you don't let me speak.
I'm not cutting you off. This is a dialogue.
No, you have.
We're having a conversation. So I'm asking you.
No, we are. But a part of a conversation is you got to let the other.
And you're going to have to let me speak. I just answered your question. I'm asking you
I've let you speak plenty of times. All right, I'll let you finish your thought. Go ahead.
So Myron, is that true or not true? Do we live in a system of white supremacy or not?
There is nothing holding back black people from success.
Do we live in a system of white supremacy or not? Then why did the white supremacists say that they have a system of white supremacy? This is their words. They said this. They put this in.
They can say whatever they want, Tariq. It's up to you on how you're going to go ahead and make a do of it. There's nothing holding back black people from becoming successful. As a matter of fact, why is it that we had stronger black households during the Jim Crow eras when black people were the most oppressed that they've ever been? We had higher rates of education. We had two-parent households. We had successful black families. We had more black businesses. Why is it that when we were the most oppressed, as you would claim, we actually had the best statistics, but now that we have the most freedom, we're the worst off? I'll tell you why. It's because of bad decisions. It's not a system of white supremacy as you claim. Hold on. Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point.
I want to get on this.
Because that's great, bro. Because you guys like to blame the police. You guys like to blame the government. You like to blame everybody else except for people making bad decisions. Explain to me this as well. You sit there and say, oh, you're not a foundationally black American, whatever. Okay, Tariq, let's say that I'm not a foundational black American. Me and you get pulled over by the police. Do you think the police that are racist, by the way, and led by white supremacists, do you think they give a fuck that I'm from Sudan and that you're a foundationally black American? No, we're both niggas to them. Because my hair's wavy, your hair might be a little bit wavier, but they're not going to care. We're both going to get treated the same. We're both going to go ahead and be looked at as niggas because they don't give a shit about this differentiation that you FBAs like to do, where you guys like to divide and conquer within your own race, which is clown world, by the way. That's a whole other
now
thing.
you're going to have to
what
let
I'm
me
trying
answer
to say is this. Hold on. I will. But what I'm simply saying
Why
is
are you saying we? Because you kept saying we were in. You weren't in Jim Crow. You were an immigrant.
Yeah.
You weren't here.
No. I'm telling you by this white supremacist standards you're saying, because you're trying to say that, oh, it's different for FBAs versus immigrants. It's not. They look at a Nigerian, they look at a Sudanese, they look at an FBA. We're all the same to them, bro, because they see skin color. They don't give a fuck about your last name or your
talking
name.
about we. You weren't in Jim Crow.
Wow, here we go. The division once
We are
again, even
divided.
in
We're
a
not the same
conversation.
lineage. We don't come from the same lineage. And if there's no white supremacy, why did your homeland fail when you had
You
to
are
flee?
perpetuating the very racism that you're complaining about right now.
But why did you have to flee your homeland after the white supremacists destroyed it? They destroyed the Sudan. That was the white supremacists orchestrating that, sir. Why did you have to flee if there was no white supremacy?
That's true.
Sure. Okay. So what do you like? I mean, what's your point with this? You're trying to say white supremacy runs the world, which I don't.
But then why did you have to flee? I mean, the British went over there. They were running roughshod over in the Sudan. The reason why it's so janky because of the white supremacists. They destroyed it over there. They orchestrated it, right?
I'm talking about the United States.
No. I'm talking about global white supremacy. White supremacy is global. It's a global thing, right?
I'm talking about the United States because that's what's
no.
The
world is pertinent.
Because
You're
complaining that the United States is specifically is militarily
I said
holding back the
global.
black man.
I said global because there's no place we can go that's free of white supremacy. Name the country that's white supremacy free.
There's none.
China.
United Arab Emirates, Middle East in general, Saudi Arabia. Like, bro, come on, man. Yes,
dude. They got
matter of fact, they stopped using the American dollar. I think that's pretty free of white supremacy as Ukraine. Saudi Arabia literally just told the United States, "Fuck off, we're not using the U.S. dollar anymore." That is the biggest F you to white supremacy that in the world.
They can bomb that place to hell.
They can bomb that place tomorrow. The Middle East, they bomb that place whenever they feel like it. If you don't stop,
they're not bombing.
They got
warships.
There's European warships over off the coast of China now. What y'all talking about?
Gaddafi's a good example.
Right. They'll get when they.
Yeah, I'm talking about Saudi Arabia,
it don't
bro.
matter.
I'm not talking about fucking Libya.
Saudi Arabia, they have a deal with them for the oil and all of that, but they can wipe them off the map anytime they feel like.
Do you even know what the petrodollar is, Tariq?
Sir, can they not? Can the white supremacists wipe them off?
Do you know what the petrodollar is, you ignorant motherfucker?
Now you get into non sequiturs, sir. Calm down.
I mean, what do you know?
Exactly. You don't know. You don't even know what the petrodollar is. You're talking nonsense.
Tariq, you've been deflecting.
I have not deflected. I have not deflected.
Yes, you have. This is my stance.
No.
Tariq, this is my stance.
I'm talking global
there is
white
nothing holding back.
It held you back
from success.
White supremacy held you back, and you had to flee. You had to come flee.
There is
nothing. There is nothing. You had to flee to get over here to us.
Holding back. Okay, bro, you keep mentioning this whole fucking
right because
again,
you
like
you're a perfect example.
There is nothing
you are an example
holding back.
You are an example.
There is nothing holding back black people from success in America.
But there was something holding you back from your homeland, and you had to flee. That's why.
I mean, Myron, he makes a good point, Myron. He's saying that you fled Africa because the system he's speaking of destroyed your entire country. I mean, that's kind of a good point. It's kind of a good point. I gotta admit that.
Not really, because I'm talking about the United States.
Hold on.
I'm talking about
Sneeko.
Look,
Sneeko, where you at, Sneeko? Is Sneeko still in here? Because your country too.
No, he fled. He fled.
He fled. Okay.
No, I'm not agreeing with
this. Is very simple.
He made a good point by saying globally this system does exist.
Blessing, your mic sucks, bro. Just be quiet. Anyway, like I was saying, bro. It's very simple. I'm simply saying there's nothing in 2024 that is holding black people from success. This white supremacy that you claim is a facade. You can go ahead and become successful regardless of your skin color in 2024.
It's a facade.
If it was real in your homeland, it's real over here. It's a real global phenomenon.
So you're really going to compare Sudan to the United States of America?
Yeah, white supremacy is white supremacy all over the world, sir.
Incredible.
It's all over. It's white supremacy.
You're comparing third world country
it's white supremacy
to the United States.
Tariq, I have a question. Why do all black millionaires and billionaires buy houses in white communities? Why do you think that?
Well, if we live in a white community, it ain't a white community, then is it? Boop, boop. If we live there, it ain't white, huh?
You're crying about Crenshaw. You don't live in Crenshaw.
Boop. Go ahead now, Myron. Let's go back to you. So.
How is that even? Are we gonna accept that?
I mean, black people in white communities.
Yeah, if we live there, it must not be a white community.
Tariq, again, you cannot refute my main point, which I'm telling you.
Because you're proof.
I'm
you're
telling
proof
you
that white supremacy.
I'm telling you because you're trying to change the argument. Black people from success. Racism is no longer a valid.
That's a lie. That's a lie. That's just I'm a tether. That's I'm a tether, and I say so. Just because you say it, don't make it true. The experience is real. White supremacy is a
Tell
very
me what
real
holds
thing.
black people back then. So what holds people black people
So
from success in America
disparities
today?
in the
Tell me.
judicial system, right? You got education, right? You got the financial.
Yeah.
Man, come on, Myron.
This nigga.
Come on, cut this shit.
Yeah,
Come on.
and even
Okay,
though and the great thing and the
you
thing
said
about and the
disparities
thing
in the
about
criminal
and
justice
listen, the
system.
thing about foundational.
Let's address that real quick.
The judicial
Disparities in the
system.
criminal
Oh, let's
justice
get to the
Calm down.
judicial system,
Calm down.
right?
Yeah, let's
It's
talk about it.
it's
Let's
how
talk
my
about it.
community has been screaming about this shit for decades, right?
Sure.
But as soon as it
Sure.
hits the J6s, right, and Trump, oh, we can. It's
You know how
valid.
you don't
Right?
go into
It's valid, right?
Okay.
Disparities in crack versus cocaine, right? It's an
Sure,
epidemic
sure.
when it hits my community.
Okay.
Oh, we're criminals. We
Okay,
gotta
let me
have
ask
a
Myron.
Yeah. Hey, Rios, how about this?
Hold
How
on.
about this?
Myron,
How about you just
Myron.
don't go into the judicial
Myron.
system and don't commit crimes? How
Okay.
about that?
So
How about
Myron, so
that?
you think
How about you
Myron,
just don't commit
so Myron,
crimes?
you think all police actions are justified, right?
No, I'm saying don't commit
Right.
crimes. So you don't deal with the
Okay.
police.
Like
How about
Ashley
that?
Babbitt, right?
What are you talking
Like,
about?
don't commit crimes. You guys complain about what happened to Ashley Babbitt. She should not have been committing a crime, but you guys said that she was unjustly put down. So
I didn't say shit. No one said anything
Nobody
about
said
that,
any of
bro.
that.
You're putting words in our mouth.
Calm down.
Yeah, nobody said any of that.
Exactly. Are you? By the way, Tariq, are you
a lot of
vaccinated?
you want to be white supremacists. Really,
Are you vaccinated?
But that didn't make that.
Are
that
you
still didn't make the
vaccinated,
point,
sir?
though.
He's
That was a
vaccinated.
bad point.
Yeah, he's vaccinated. You fucking moron.
Hold on. That was a bad point. That was a bad point. He said.
He had to get vaccinated for his donors. His donors wouldn't know.
No, he said
Man, y'all
this
stop
is
letting Max fool y'all. Max is not a South
No, he got vaccinated because Joe Biden told him to get
Let's talk
vaccinated.
about your donors. Who are your
comes the
donors?
4chan talk.
When he spoke about the
Who are your
judicial
donors?
system, what happened to that?
Yeah.
Let's talk
Because
about
again, going back to
Hold up,
the
Myron.
judicial
Hold up,
system
Myron.
that you guys are complaining
Making up
about,
shit.
just don't
Hold
commit
up, Myron.
crimes.
That's a bad
Just
point,
don't
though,
commit
Myron.
crimes.
That's a bad point because you
Bad point.
Right.
You said that don't commit crimes, but their point is this: even if they don't commit crimes, the system still exists. So they're addressing the judicial system as a whole. Forget the crimes, which they shouldn't do. Whether they do it or not, it still exists. That's their point, I think.
I could barely understand what the hell you're saying. Your mic sucks.
They're
Dude.
trying to address.
So,
They're trying to address.
how about you let them talk? How about you let them talk and shut the fuck up and let them talk? Because I don't understand what you're
So
saying.
no one can hear me right now.
There we go.
Yeah, bro, your microphone sucks, bro. Get this blessing nigga out of here, man. Let Tariq and this other clown, his light boy, talk.
I don't have. Well, I'm talking to Myron and
Yo, Tariq, why don't you help your run it up? He's just like you, except he's broke.
Okay. That was a good one. Whatever.
Go ahead.
You're
Go
South
ahead,
Florida
Tariq.
trash, right?
Yes.
Come on, you're not a Jew.
But Myron,
you don't matter.
But we gotta we need to have a sit down, Myron. We should have a good sit down and just really chop it up and flesh all of this stuff out and really talk about this stuff person to person, face to face. That would be wouldn't that be a great conversation, guys?
I mean, we're talking about it right now. You haven't brought up one instance of how we're held back in 2024.
I just did, but you just doing I'm a tether and I say so. But you don't really have an
They
argument.
use the judicial system.
You know, we keep pointing stuff out and you just say
and
just
education, judicial and education system.
And we pointed out your homeland and you were that doesn't matter.
You keep going back to Jim Crow and you talk about Sudan. Tell me about what's happening today.
I didn't say anything about Jim Crow.
I'm talking about America, dude. I don't know why you're talking about Sudan or any
I'm
of this other
talking
stuff
about
like that. Has nothing.
Racism, global white supremacy.
Oh man, holy shit!
And there's a reason why you had to come and platform yourself by spewing anti-black racism.
Hey, Tariq, are any of your donors racist? Are any of your donors racist?
You can get that dick out your mouth. That's what.
Interesting.
But we're talking about
interesting how you take money. You take money from racists. You take money from racists, but you want to complain about racism.
You're just white supremacists.
Hold on, real quick.
You're just saying it.
So wait.
Okay,
so
now
isn't
here
it
comes the
hypocritical
boring.
to
Here comes the
complain about
boring, corny
racism
part.
and
Okay,
then take money from racists?
you're not witty. Let's stop it. You're not even witty.
Hey,
bro.
Hey,
you're not witty. You're not witty. You're not about to waste time.
No, because you're talking about it's a moral argument.
Now you're about to waste time by being unfunny. Okay,
you can't be immoral in the way you do things and then complain about morality. You can't do that.
You're not witty talking about tampons and black cock. Like, talk about what's happening right now. How about you stop talking about periods and women for 5 seconds?
You're whining. I'm talking about.
Yeah, Tariq, I find it interesting, man, how, like I said, I'm keeping the conversation.
That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to be focused. Now they're trying to get into
no, because you keep mentioning Sudan.
Yes, because
you keep mentioning Sudan.
That's significant.
Okay?
That's significant.
And I'm telling you that's not significant because let's assume I wasn't from. It doesn't matter where I'm
from. You're from
I'm making an
Sudan.
argument
You're a
in
Sudanese
general.
guy.
That's not
It's
relevant
very
to the
relevant
debate because the
because
point you're making an ad
that's not
hominem
an ad
point.
hominem, dude. We're
That-
talking about global white supremacy. You were a victim of global
No,
white
I'm
supremacy.
talking
You
about
had to flee to come over here to
racism
Black
in the
Daddy.
United
You had to
States.
flee to us.
I'm talking about
sir.
America.
You had
I'm about
right,
America. I don't give a
right.
fuck about
I know
anywhere
you
else. I'm
don't.
talking about
And
America.
you have a
Okay?
lane to come over here because of foundational Black Americans, sir. We fought racism to help you get here, sir.
Okay. Anyway, like I was
Mhm.
saying, in 2024, there was nothing holding back
You
black people
just
from
you saying
success.
that over and over doesn't make it true. You don't
So
have
give
to
one
say that over and
example
over.
because
If
Myron's
that's your
from
So give me
argument,
an
then you
example of how
tapped
I'm
out.
wrong.
here.
You
You're
don't have
from
an
Miami.
argument. You're just saying the same lie
Tell me
over
how
and
I'm
over.
wrong.
From America.
Tell me how I'm
All
wrong.
Name
about America.
name
I'm wrong.
okay. Name a system in this country or in the world that's not dominated by white supremacy. Name something that's
NBA.
Did you say the NBA? Who are the owners?
Zionists. It's not white
All
people.
right.
There you go.
Oh. Is it the whole not white but Jewish thing?
Yeah, those are
Yeah,
different.
See, the
If you want
same
to hold on,
Zionists that
if you want
fund
to
the
talk about
Democratic
race all day,
Party, the same
if you want to
Zionists
talk
who are
about race
fucking
all
pushing
day, let's be
reparations
real.
so dumb fucking morons like you can fucking do it.
Nobody's really
Stop
white.
being triggered. Let him and Myron talk, bro.
So it's the
Boring.
nobody's white thing. Okay, it's the whole nobody's white argument. Okay.
No, people are white, but do you not know the
No,
ethnic
no, no, no,
difference
no, no.
between
Oh,
people from
nobody's
Israel?
white.
Do you not know the difference ethnically between whites and Zionists?
Okay, what's the difference?
They're Jewish and they don't have white DNA. They're not from the Caucasus region, dumbass. It's a whole different ethnicity. They're the chosen people. White people do not
They're
control
white.
America.
They're white, right?
They're
And
not
that's how they
white?
came over and subverted
Yeah,
y'all.
Jews.
White
See,
people.
To be
that's
white,
where
you
you
got to
guys
be from the
lost.
Caucasus.
Jews and whites are
So
not
you
the
can
same.
delineate white people and Jews, and I can't
Yeah, that's
delineate
what I
from
was
your
going to say.
difference.
Why is it you can delineate between the
But I
blacks
can't delineate
and
from
the
your.
FBAs, and then but we can't delineate between the whites? That
Slow
wouldn't make
down.
any sense.
No. Slow down. Oh, no. We delineate from Black Africans, but we're foundational Black Americans. So we're
What does
still
that mean?
black.
You keep foundational. What does
We're
that
still
mean?
black. We're still
What is
black. I'm just a foundational Black
American?
American. You're
Explain
saying
what.
that Jewish people are not white? Tell me more.
Okay,
I
explain
was
that.
told
Tell me
that
more.
the FBA
Tell
guys.
me more.
What is
Tell me
No
more.
offense,
foundational
but
Black American?
the guys who came in calling in my show, they said the blacks was something that blacks in America used. That this wasn't a term that was used. That's why they said you ask them other people what they are. They say they're Nigerian. They say they're whatever, but they don't say they're black. They said black is specific for the ones who came on my show. Said it was specific for blacks in America. Is that true? Because I don't know.
Okay, because some Black people will come over here from Nigeria, and is that Tommy talking? That Tommy? Now you
Yes,
pretend
I
to
was
be
just wondering, is
Panamanian,
that
but you're
part
not.
true?
Wake it up.
But Tommy, I would say you're not really Panamanian. But a lot of Panamanians, they come over here and if they're dark skinned, they'll say that they're black. But he's saying that a white Jewish person ain't really Jewish or white. I'm trying to make sense of it. What
He's saying Jews and whites aren't even
Is that
genetically the
genuinely the
same.
first time you've heard about the difference between a Jew and a white person in all the years you yap about race?
Because a lot of Jewish people classify themselves as white.
Yes, to go undercover and to go under the guise of white supremacy.
Like a lot of
supremacy.
like a lot of Nigerians and stuff call themselves black, and y'all have said that they do it to try and subvert blackness.
A lot of them try to pretend to be foundational Black American.
Yes,
they do.
Just like the Jews that go undercover and pretend to be white when they're Jewish and they hold allegiance to Israel. Do you not know what that is?
Africans, but a lot of Black Africans are still black.
I understand you're black, but don't talk about that for 5 seconds. Do you not understand the difference between the Jewish ethnicity and the white ethnicity?
No, I don't. I swear to God, I don't.
That's genuinely concerning, the fact that you talk about race all day and you've never heard that.
He can't say it, Nico. He can't say it. The Zionists funded the NAACP. They fund all their black organizations. He can't say anything. He'll get fired.
No, I would like to know.
His wife is Jewish. That's why. Your wife is Jewish. You know, like the Jewish person owns Black Lives Matter too.
What?
Like all the foundational things we talk about, the systems of white supremacy, they all go back to Israel.
Stop chimping out, bro. You gotta chill.
Explain. My wife is Jewish. What?
No, he's acting stupid.
Okay, what are you talking about? Y'all just saying anything. You're tapping out and saying anything right now.
Yeah, I didn't say your wife is Jewish, but the first time that you actually heard that there's a difference, the system of white supremacy.
No, because nobody can articulate it.
Yeah, I'm articulating right now, but you keep on interrupting me with.
I'm not interrupting you. Please articulate.
All right, Tariq,
let me let me explain the point because we need to understand that there's a difference.
Right.
Okay, the Jewish supremacists, they go under the guise of white supremacy so people like you can live under a system of victimhood forever. Jewish supremacy is different than white supremacy.
Why can't you explain it without trolling?
Talk, bro.
He's just trolling. He's trolling.
I'm not trolling, but you're not listening to me without
No, because now you're talking about people like me. I'm asking a legitimate question.
Okay,
what's the difference between a Jewish white supremacist and an Anglo white supremacist?
They're completely different ethnicity.
How so?
Jewish people are the chosen people that goes back thousands of years. It comes from the book. They come from one tribe of people. They're not white.
So what makes a person white genetically?
It comes from the Caucasus regions, the European people. Jewish people are a diaspora that have moved around. They've been kicked out of 109 countries and they travel around the world. They all go back to the same lineage. That's why they only interact with each other. That's why they only work with each other. And that's why they subvert people like you to think that there's a system
So
of
what's
white
the difference
supremacy.
between Jewish supremacy and white supremacy?
I just explained they're not the same.
There's a
That's
big
like
difference.
asking me the difference between Chinese and Japanese. That they're a different people.
So there were
you can talk shit about white people all you want, Tariq. Start talking shit about Zionists, they'll shut your ass down.
Trolling.
That's not trolling. That's what the
during
truth
slavery.
is.
Yeah, that's not trolling. That's actually
he
fact.
thinks it's trolling.
You can call white
No,
people devils if you call Jews that. Well, that's not something I think everybody should admit. That shouldn't be something to anyone that argues. You can call white people devils all day and no one says a word. Call Jews devil. For as much as Nick Cannon has said about white people, he's never, ever, ever had to sit down and learn about white people after he said it and apologize to white people after he said it. You can say what you want about whites.
Right, and Zionists are the ones that go and say white devil all the time. They go on
So
say that there's a white
that's not a
supremacist
refutable
region.
fact, right? You can't. I agree with that, right, Tommy? When it comes to my black ass, they're gonna handle me the same.
Well, I just wish
Myron,
that
Myron,
sometimes conversations were had where they were being honest. Whenever people won't be honest about something that is an actual fact, like a person who knows and just did a movie about hip hop, knows that these black people are able to call white people devils and black people niggas, but every time they kind of tried to refer to Jews, they beeped it.
Exactly.
Jews and white people oppress black folks. That's a fact.
No, not white people. Let me explain. Tariq, you did a whole movie about hip hop. Do you know who all the hip hop executives are?
Jewish people.
Exactly. Jewish people are not white people. They do that to spread degeneracy throughout the black community, to make you think it's okay to be thugs, to prop up Sexy Red.
No, so
push
it's reversed. No, it's reversed.
You don't know the difference between Jews and whites, and you just did something about
Wait. The reason why Jews and white people get lumped together is because black folks are not in position. Black folks ain't in position to delineate when it comes to oppression of black folks. White folks and Jewish people work together collectively to oppress black folks. That's a fact.
So why don't blacks and tethers work together to uplift blacks?
Because most of those tethers are trying to be under that cloak of white supremacy, right? They like their white.
Most of them? That's a large number.
We're talking about people like Sneeko parents, right? Those model minorities. Oh, I'm not going to come over here and fight it.
Sneeko appears mixed. He seemed like he Asian or something.
Mixed with what? Hey, Sneeko, what are you, Sneeko?
Asians are the model minority.
Okay, I'm Filipino and Haitian, right? Like Haitian.
So Al Sharp is looking for you at this rally come June 19th in fucking New York.
What kind of rally is it?
I'm not going to go to
It's a Haitian rally.
I'm good off that. I'm not going to
Haitian
go to
rally for Juneteenth.
Rally.
By the way, the Haitians and the Caribbeans are trying to steal Juneteenth.
Okay, can you mute because nobody wants to talk to you? I want to talk to Tariq. Tariq, have you never heard about Jewish?
You need to get a dental plan, nigga.
Yo, take that nigga down. They got no respect for the space.
Yeah, because usually that's like white supremacists try to pawn off the supremacy on each other. They try to play hot potato when they both practice it. So I don't really get into the ethnic background of a suspected white supremacist.
So you get into the ethnic background when you think it's white people, but when it's Jews, you stay quiet. Why?
No, because white is white to me.
Okay, but I just differentiated to it. No. That was the dumbest take.
Because he'll get canceled, Sneeko.
Because that's a deflection.
No, Tariq. Before you keep echoing this retard stuff.
What's the difference? What's the difference between a anti-black Jewish person and an anti-black Anglo? What's the difference?
They're different races, Tariq.
Oh, I can
that
answer
doesn't
that
mean
one.
anything to me. What does that mean to me? They're both oppressing me.
System of white supremacy.
I can answer that one.
Okay, Tariq, do you know who created the Federal Reserve? Was it white people or was it Zionists?
Oh, y'all did it together.
Of them, both of them.
Y'all did it together, right? As soon as you brought the Federal Reserve,
answer that. Come on,
the birth of a nation. What are we doing?
So you out of that victimhood nature that you use to white people and talk about the Jews as well.
If you had a white supremacist partner in crime from an ethnic group and they got more money from you that doesn't concern me because you both got the money from me. So
So
it
he,
doesn't
He's funded by Zionists, 100%.
He doesn't care about who it is. He just wants to be in the victim.
No.
He doesn't care.
All
who's
of
the
you,
supremacist.
we look at you all the
as
same.
long as he's the victim
You've
forever,
done
as long as he
the same.
feels like black
If you're
people
both
are
victimizing me,
anti-black,
you're
he's
both
okay.
one and the
It
same.
doesn't matter who's in power.
You're
as long
one
as you're
in the
victim.
same. You're one in the same. All oppressors are one in the same.
Can I explain the difference?
Okay, so no, he just changed. So now it's not white supremacy, it's suppressors.
Right. Of white
Let me say something, damn it.
Yep, white supremacy.
Okay, but no.
But y'all classifying yourselves
he's
as white.
looping.
I'm not looping.
I just
You're about to jump off the
classifying
stage on
yourselves as white.
Sneeko. I'm about to
I
jump
just
off the
described
stage.
to you the difference between Jews and whites.
But
They're completely
I
different
want to hear what Tommy got to say.
white.
I want to hear what Tommy got to say. Go ahead,
When
Tommy.
he says, what is the difference? That is simple, and it's one that every one of y'all should know right now. You can make money off of calling out whites and not be silenced.
Bingo.
You can't do the same thing to Jews. So if that is if nothing else, that is a huge difference. That's like saying I could talk shit to my mom and she at least let me eat and go to sleep in my bed. But if I say something about my dad, he knocked my teeth out. There's a difference. I am fearful of speaking now about my father. So if that's a thing, then you know there's a difference between the two. You cannot say they're the same.
Exactly.
When one at least allows you to express yourself.
Your career is over. You need to talk about white supremacy because that's where the money is.
They're
One
both
allows you to
practicing
express
white
yourself, the other does
supremacy.
not.
What are you talking
Period.
about?
He made
They're
money
both
off
practicing
oppression, bro.
If all of them are practicing white supremacy, doesn't matter. We're calling out white supremacy. We're not going to break people up in ethnic
Yeah,
groups.
but you're
How much do the Zionists pay you,
no, but you're-
Tariq? How much did they actually pay you, Tariq? How much did these Zionists actually fill your pockets with? Because you're not this stupid. You're not this stupid, bro.
Shut the fuck up. You're not adding nothing to the conversation.
Run it up. You're a broke ass motherfucker. Shut the fuck up.
Stop it.
That's the white supremacist tactic of trying to play hot potato.
All right, so let me just jump in real quick.
That's
So,
an
Tariq,
old trick
so
that
you
we
don't see
don't
a
fall
difference
for.
between-
We're not falling for
Tariq, you
that.
don't see a difference between Jews and whites. All
Yo,
right.
let someone speak. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, so you don't see a
No,
difference between Jews and whites, but you do.
that's a hot potato tactic.
Oh my God, you're being
He's
child.
acting
Just
stupid on
mute him.
purpose because it subverts his whole career.
No,
Talk about
because
Jewish power.
no,
Don't just
you're
talk
trying.
about
That's a
white
deflection. That's a deflection, and we're not falling for it. You think
It's not a deflection.
we're not falling for it. That's a
It's not a
deflection.
deflection. Hold on, let
It
me
is a
make one
deflection.
point. If you
That's
if you
to
actually want
deflect
to
off
uplift,
you. That's all it is a damn deflection.
okay, all right.
You're not falling for the banana tailpipe.
All right. I just need to mute. I just need to mute because Tariq, you're not being respectful. How many times am I going to tell you to stop talking for 1 second? Like, respect the space, bro. Or you can go if you don't like it. My thing is this, Tariq. You said what you had to say. Let Sneeko speak. Let Myron make his point. And
I
then
will
you
bounce.
come back
I don't
and
need
respond.
to be up here with a
Oh,
bunch
you're
of
gonna leave
deflected
now that I told you
wannabes.
the
That's
truth?
fine. You're not. This
That's
ain't.
fine.
You're not doing me a favor.
Listen,
all right.
bro,
Let's keep
we
that
all
shit
know
100.
He's gonna run
We all
away.
know
You're not
there's a
doing
Jews
me a
fund,
favor.
bro. We all know that Jews fund you, Tariq.
I'm
And
making
we all
up
know,
stuff.
we know about your
No, the
contracts.
Zionists fund him for sure.
We know about your contracts, bro. Stop trying to act like you don't know what a Jew is. You stop acting like you know the difference between a white man and a Jew. Stop with that, bro. You're deflecting yourself because you don't want to call out a Jew. You don't. You want to call
calling you white
everybody white
supremacists out.
supremacists.
That's what I'm gonna keep calling out.
Yeah, no,
And
exactly.
you can
But
lie
you know
all
there's
you
a reason
want,
why
and
you
that's
don't
not.
call it the Jew.
Zionist
Come on,
talking
let's go
points
over it.
left and right from
Lying
Tariq.
proves my point,
Bro,
and that
you're in
means I won.
politics, bro. Come on, you already
Lying
know
means
this.
I won. When you start lying,
Just let
that
Sneeko
means
say
I
his
won the
piece and let Tariq say
conversation.
his piece.
Now, if you want to lie, go ahead and knock
Sneeko, say your
yourself out.
piece.
If you want to start lying,
Say your piece, then let
you're going to
Tariq say
start
his
lying, knock yourself out. That means I won. Thank you. Now go ahead and lie. I'm good. That
Okay,
means I
Well,
won.
we know that.
Go
Well,
ahead.
here's the thing. We
Go
know there's a
ahead.
difference between
If
Asians.
you're going to start making up some mythological Jewish contract, knock your damn self out. That means I won the
No, I never spoke about that. Tommy, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second to speak to Tariq.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I've been trying to.
Quick,
I think all of y'all should just wait and let each other finish.
All right, Tariq, can you not interrupt me for 5 seconds?
All right. Now, I'm not going to talk in circles with y'all. All right.
Sure. Okay, so
All
now
right.
we established that there's a difference in the ethnicity between white people and Jewish people. Do you understand that?
And it doesn't matter because you're all practicing white supremacy. It doesn't matter.
Okay. Does everyone hear how there's a difference? Why would Jewish people practice white supremacy if they're not white?
So they could subvert y'all power when they got here.
Jewish people
They made
suppress
you.
white
They,
people.
Okay, no.
Hold
I don't
on
need
here.
to back up boys. I don't need to side. Okay, Tariq, you
He asked a good question.
Why would Jewish people promote white supremacy if they're not white?
There are Jewish white supremacists. You had Jewish Nazis over here. You had Dan Burroughs. You had Frank Joseph. You had Jewish Nazis over here. What are you talking about?
Allegiance to Israel, the Zionists, why would they show allegiance to white
Why
people?
would you have Jewish Nazis over here?
What are you talking about?
I just told you there were famous Jewish
You talk
Nazis.
about deflections 5 seconds ago. You're deflecting again. Answer the question.
What? That's a deflection?
Yes, it is.
You just said why would Jewish people promote white supremacy?
He's giving you an example of it. Sneako, he's giving you an example of what Jews actually
that's
did.
A small minority. Like once again, you're
I know, but
you can't.
What Jewish Nazis? Wait, what Jewish Nazis are you talking about?
I'm talking about Dan Burroughs, Frank Joseph. You had Laura
George
Loomer,
Soros.
A lot of people in neo-Nazi organizations.
You're calling Laura Loomer a Jewish Nazi?
She's a suspected white supremacist.
Okay, she's a
she hangs
Jewish
around
Nazi?
the alt-right. That's a more modern example.
Great point.
That's a more modern example. Even Milo, that's another modern example too.
Okay, great point. So Laura Loomer, she's a Zionist. She shows allegiance to Israel. Where do you see that she promotes white supremacy?
She was with the alt-right. She was out there with Richard Spencer and all of those guys.
Okay, because she agrees with Trump. But
also,
you see right
Ben Shapiro is a suspected white supremacist.
Are you retarded? Ben Shapiro he shows undying allegiance to Israel. He doesn't care about America. He wants Netanyahu to be the president of America.
So Israel doesn't stop somebody from being a damn white supremacist or suspected white supremacist.
You can't be a supremacist.
My point. Wait, that's my point,
Are you that stupid to think that you can be a supremacist of two races at once?
You saying stupid doesn't mean anything. So cut that.
Okay, but you can't be a supremacist of two races at once. It's very simple.
You have talking about Israel doesn't negate the fact that people have white supremacist views.
So you're saying okay, no. They'll say that and stand on that.
There are black people. There are black Jews talking about white supremacy in Israel. So what are you talking about?
No Zionist believes that blacks are really even Jews.
Sir, you have Ethiopian Jews going to Israel complaining about white supremacy. So
sure, you just
what are you talking about Israel for as if you can't be a white supremacist? What are you talking about?
Great. Is Ben Shapiro a white supremacist, Tariq?
He's a suspected white supremacist.
No.
Yeah.
Not suspected. Yes or no?
I suspect that he is.
You suspect it? Why?
Because of his anti-black views and his allegiance and his being around a lot of other white supremacists.
His allegiance to what?
Being around other white supremacists.
Being around? Okay, but what does he show allegiance? Tariq, what does he show allegiance to?
And his anti-black racism.
Great. Anti-black. What does he show allegiance to?
Other anti-black racists.
Okay, do you think that's his undying allegiance? What is the country he can return to?
A lot of you have an undying allegiance to anti-black racism.
Okay, no one has an undying allegiance to that. It's either a country, it's their supremacy, right?
No, it's an ideology. You have an undying allegiance to an ideology.
The ideology is Jewish supremacy, that they believe they're the chosen
Jewish
people.
Supremacy?
It says that in their book. That's what Ben Shapiro shows allegiance to, not white people. Not anti-black.
White
Ben
supremacy.
Shapiro shows allegiance to Israel. That's why he wants Netanyahu to be the president of the United States.
Anti-black racism. It's anti-black racism which shows his allegiance.
Okay, you know what? I want to. Now you sound like a special snowflake. Ben Shapiro does not care about black people that much. He cares about Israel. It's not about you.
I know he doesn't care about black. He cares about anti-black racism. He promotes anti-black racism.
That's the smallest part of his allegiance. What he
no,
wants
it's not.
is the state of Israel
That's
to
the only
dominate
reason
the world.
he has a platform, so that other white supremacists who sees his views and anti-black racism, they have a platform to look at. So.
Okay, do you know that every white supremacist that you think you're calling out,
and Sneako,
you know that they all
you're not white.
Sneako,
you're not white. Sneako, you ain't white.
Exactly. Exactly. That's why I'm not talking about white supremacy. Right.
Well, you got white. You can kill with the dumbest, sir.
Nobody's talking about. I'm talking about Zionism. Ben Shapiro does not agree with any of the white supremacists in the country. Talk to them. Talk to any of the people you think are all white supremacists. All of them disagree with Ben Shapiro.
You're never going to be an Anglo white supremacist, Sneako.
And I don't want to be. And I have no reason to be, and I never will be.
No matter how passionate you are to defend white supremacy, you'll never be one.
I'm not defending white supremacy.
You come from two failed homelands, the Philippines and Haiti.
You see how you keep going back to that?
Yeah.
See, okay,
you
need the problem.
You need to thank us for being your ass.
You're never going to win. This is why they killed Malcolm X, because he spoke about Zionism.
Sir, stop it. You're just babbling.
They killed Malcolm X because he spoke about Zionism, the real issue.
Sir, you're never going to be a white supremacist, Sneako. You're never.
I don't. Who wants to be? I'm a brown Muslim. I don't want to be a Christian nationalist. I'm nothing like those people.
You want to be a white supremacist.
You know what? I think I just caught on to something just now. You know, something very interesting. Tariq, I find it very problematic that you can't distinguish the difference between Jewish supremacy.
There is no Jewish supremacy. It's only white supremacy.
Hold on. Let me just.
Oh my God.
Okay. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me tell you why.
Okay, if there's Jewish supremacy, how come the black Jews don't have no supremacy?
There's no such thing as a black Jew. You Israel.
Oh my God! Really?
There's no such thing as a black Jew.
Really?
What?
No.
What?
No, there's no such thing.
Let me explain.
They don't accept black Jews. No Jew thinks a black is a Jew. Read the Talmud. They have a specific.
Sneeko is a product of the United States education system. Y'all gotta stop.
Wait a minute.
Y'all get letting these white fragile men really indoctrinate y'all.
Jacasta, let me just explain the difference.
Wait a minute. He said there was no such thing as a black Jew.
I just got a light bulb. Just
wait. Hold on. No. We got to unpack that. There's no such thing as a black Jew. We got to unpack that. Can we please unpack that?
Okay, we will in a second.
Can we please unpack that? Please.
We will.
You want to fixate on the most monotonous things. Just let Myron go.
All I was going to say was, because I think this is very important that you don't distinguish the difference between Jewish supremacy versus white
supremacy. Because there's
those
who don't have no supremacy nowhere. But go ahead.
Okay, that's fine. So what I'm trying to say with that is this. I think what you're conflating as white supremacy a lot of the time can also is actually really Jewish supremacy.
Then how come the black Jews don't have
the white? Okay, the white supremacists that you're talking about, like with the KKK hoods and everything else like that,
babbling,
say
this is babbling.
Hold on. Let me finish my point, bro. Because you don't even
because you're babbling.
The white supremacists that you're talking about, the Klan members, the Grand Wizards,
those are white extremists. That's white supremacy are the judges, lawyers, prosecutors, teachers. Come on,
Tariq, man.
Come on,
relax,
no, I'm very.
Let me finish my sentence, please.
I'm very relaxed.
No, you're like hopping up and want to let me finish the sentence, man.
I'm chilling and relaxed.
No, you're not.
I'm chilling like you're chilling back in Sudan.
No, he's sweating right now. He's sweating.
White
He does not want anyone thinking that
you're referring to. When we think of white supremacists, we're thinking of the crazy Protestant.
We ain't talking about
that. Wear the white hood and run around.
No, that ain't white. No.
But if he's telling you that's about Myron, you do have to let him tell you what he's talking about, so you can argue his point. It's not fair for you to say this. I think this way. If he says that's not what I'm talking about, you can't keep saying. But let's argue what I'm thinking about. Let him tell you what white supremacy is to him, and then argue it.
I understand that. But what I'm saying is that in general, when people think about white supremacists, thinking about the Klan, etc., these guys are completely against Jews. These guys hate Jews. A lot of, like, you look at a guy like a Henry Ford, etc. These white supremacists that black people, they're holding us down, etc. These guys are extremely critical of Jews. I think we need to make a delineation between Jewish supremacy, aka a lot of these Zionists, and then white supremacy, which is what you're referring to, like the.
All right, now let me answer that. You do have a point. You do. I will say this. That's the point.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Now I will say that a lot of the extreme white supremacists, a lot of them don't like Jewish people. They actually don't like white Jewish people. They do have a problem. I know some people in the alt-right, they don't like Ben Shapiro. But here's the problem. When the white supremacist Anglos and the white supremacist Jewish people get together, they all hate us. And that's all that matters.
You think it's about black people?
It all gets on anti-black racism. They all get on code against us. So their distinctions between each other don't mean a damn thing to me. That's why I look at all of them the same way. Does that make sense?
I see your perspective, but what I will say is this:
what you're saying might just be
Jewish
true.
People.
I believe. I'm not even disagreeing. Yeah, there might be ethnic differences. Of course, there's ethnic differences. Yeah. I believe that wholeheartedly. Irish people weren't even considered white until much later. Greek people weren't even considered white until the 1920s. Yeah, a lot of people weren't even considered white. But once they did,
but what I'm saying
when they were led into whiteness, when they were able to classify themselves as white, the common thread that bonded them all together was anti-black racism, and that's the problem. So I don't have the luxury to disagree with you, Tariq. So me distinguishing their little different ethnicities under the banner of whiteness, it means no difference because they're all oppressive to me.
So,
go ahead, Tom.
Let me respond to that, Tariq. Let me respond to that. Let me respond to that because this is where I'm going to disagree with you. You're saying that they are all anti-black. I disagree. The Jews were actually critical in the civil rights movement with funding it, helping the NAACP get forward. Jews were instrumental in the civil rights movement with funding it and standing behind it. And I'm going to tell you why. The reason why is because Jews historically have been an oppressed people, and they understand that open borders liberal mindsets and democratic governments are better for their bottom line, because a lot of Jews want a one world government. Now,
let me answer that though. All right, in the night,
sure,
okay,
go ahead.
because you have Jewish people who are white who are not racist. You have Jewish people
Jewish
who
people
did
are
help
not
out.
white, Tariq. Stop saying that.
All right,
They're
but
not white.
You had Jewish people like the Levitt brothers who created the modern suburbs, and they put in their contracts that you couldn't have black people. These were white only. If these Jewish people had Jewish supremacy, they said, we want white only, no black people in these suburbs. Many of those stores that were discriminating against black people during the civil rights era, those were Jewish-owned stores. Many of those slumlords who owned those buildings that black people were complaining about, these were anti-black Jewish people. So you had anti-black Jewish people, you had pro-black Jewish people. But the anti-black ones, they fall under the banner of white supremacy too. See how that works?
Yeah, but there's definitely a strong amount of them that supported blacks and funded the civil rights movement.
And there were some that were oppressed.
Why are y'all not listen? If y'all are trying to make the argument that Jews subvert things, it's just really hard to listen to y'all make the argument when y'all say, I can't wait to get him here. Then when y'all get him here, y'all keep letting him off the hook. If you're telling people that Jews subvert people, then why wouldn't you just acknowledge they subverted that whole movement too? That some of them back blacks, some of them back the whole white side. It's like y'all just can't say it.
But Tommy, historically they back both sides, Tommy.
Yeah.
Huh?
Historically they back both sides. That's just what they
Yes,
do.
that's what I'm saying, but they won't. It's like the people are trying, like, listen, I'm not the fan of Tariq. But I hate when people argue a fallacy with someone and then they let him off and then they wonder how they got him off. Because what you're arguing is you refuse to acknowledge the other side. If your argument is that Jews subvert things, why would you then argue with Tariq when he's telling you they subverted this? Why would you argue that?
Because he just understood that it's a different ethnicity. He doesn't realize that.
No,
Right.
he did it. He said
I
he
acknowledged
did it.
it.
He acknowledged
I acknowleded it. I acknowledged it.
Okay, what he's also overestimating. Hold on, I don't know if anybody caught this.
In bad faith.
I acknowledged it. Yeah,
Okay,
a lot of white people come from different ethnic backgrounds.
Okay, but
when
they're
they
not,
all get together,
That's where y'all should have now stuck once he.
He keeps saying that. He keeps saying that they're from different ethnic backgrounds. They're not white. Jews are not white people.
but they're classified as white.
But he did point out how they would be white supremacists if they didn't like your black ass.
But you're not seeing where he doesn't understand. It's like they're classified that within the group because they want to be undercover as white people to divide white and black people to have ultimate control. That's what you don't seem to understand. And you're also overestimating the anti-black racism. That's the smallest problem. See, you're here with
not.
It's
no,
the
it's not.
smallest
That's
issue.
what
That's
you
why
think.
you're here with the suit in your profile picture. Tommy's wearing a suit. The majority of black Americans, they wear their pants sagging. They wear bras. They're out there with red hair because they subverted hip hop culture.
So here we go with these tropes again.
Let me explain.
Okay, the majority.
Zionists made black culture through hip hop to make it degenerate, and that's why you're a millionaire up here and you're not giving away your money for reparations because they use hip hop culture to make black people think of themselves as victims forever. It's anti-black racism.
Why should I give my money away?
Issue is the smallest issue of their problems. All they know that they can control through culture to keep people at the bottom. Anti-black racism is the smallest of their issues.
So why don't y'all stay the fuck out of my culture, right? And stop perpetuating the worst of it, right? If you're not of it, right? Stick to your ethnicity, right? Whatever shithole country you come from, whatever failed government, right? And stay into that, right?
Well, I was born in America.
I don't give a fuck where you were born. You
have fled from Europe,
ethnicity. Right? You have a culture and ethnicity. That's real, right? Stick to that, right? I don't want to hear you up here speaking in our lingo, trying to talk fucked up AAVE. Stick to what you know, because it's also a lack of understanding, right? And it's being intellectually honest about history.
Do you know what part black? Do you know that?
It has nothing to do with it, right?
No, because there's a lot of white people with black backgrounds. There's a lot of white people who got black back. That don't mean anything.
So what is a black person then?
Can I ask you something, Sneeko?
Good question. I'm a foundational black American. I know what that is.
You keep saying foundational. What does that mean?
I know what that is. I can define that. But yeah, other black folks, that let them define what their blackness means. I'm a foundational black American. So that means my
whatever you want to use to make yourself feel special.
Do you believe you were here before the native?
Special terminology, foundational, whatever. Like they want to keep you as a victim forever. What you don't seem to understand is that Zionists want you to be in this victim mentality.
Oh, no, that's a deflection.
It's not a deflection.
No,
they
it's
want
a deflection.
You to think you're special.
It's your ass. You the problem, not the Zionists.
I'm the problem. The Filipino black guy is the problem.
Yeah, because you try to come over here and align yourself with white supremacy.
Filipino Haitian.
Yeah, and by the way, it was the Foundation of Black American who stopped the Filipinos.
Well, okay, that's a serious allegation. Where do I try to align myself with white supremacy?
You just got your damn tooth knocked out for hanging around a bunch of white supremacists in Detroit.
Tell me, like, based on my ideology, how do I try to align with white supremacy?
Because you were sitting up there trying to antagonize the Foundation of Black American Brother, and he gave you a Harriet Tubman fist in your damn mouth.
Okay, because I'm trying to antagonize
you. Did you not just hear your tropes about how what you think of the black community?
Right, that's why you have a student. The majority of Black Americans don't. Do the majority of Black Americans dress like you and appear like you and speak like you? Yes or no?
We're not a monolith. We have a whole spectrum of the way we get down. That's the great thing. That's the great thing. No, there's no majority anything. No. That's the great thing about Foundation of Black Americans. Our culture is very vast. We have the sexy reds. We got the middle class people, and we got the heroes like the Rosa Parks and the Dr. Kings and the Malcolm X's and the Tariq Nasheeds and people like that.
Right, you're talking about the exceptional ones,
thing about our culture.
But Tariq, so why were you able to become a millionaire in a white supremacist Black America?
Because I am a phenomenal foundational Black American.
Because you're phenomenal,
so
right?
Yes.
Because I'm phenomenal. You didn't answer my question. Why? This is true, and every Black person knows this.
And many of us are very phenomenal. We know how to go out here and get it.
So why do the majority of Black Americans dress with their pants sagging and look up
They don't.
red?
The majority of Black Americans do not dress with their damn pants.
They vote Democrat.
They do not. The majority of Black Americans don't. See, you guys, you look at things.
The majority of Black Americans don't worship celebrities and hip hop.
No, you worship
they
them.
don't. That's you guys. Because you have to see.
So I'm a white supremacist who idolizes sexy red. Is that what you're saying?
If that's the case, do the majority of Filipinos eat dogs and sell their kids to sex traffickers?
Absolutely
Are we gonna do
not.
that?
Absolutely
All right
not.
then.
Absolutely
not.
The majority of Filipinos.
You want to do that?
You don't seem to know the differences between races. The majority of Filipinos are hardworking. I'm asking about the average.
Really?
Black person.
And the majority of Black Americans are hardworking.
And we're hardworking.
The majority of Black Americans are hardworking?
Yes.
Yeah, they are. Yes, they are.
Are they? Okay, so why are they on welfare? Why do they commit most of the violent crimes?
That's white women.
They don't. Oh, well, sir, we ain't fleeing like you. If you were so hardworking in the Philippines, why the hell y'all fleeing to get up out of
Because I was born in this country just like you.
But like an anchor baby. That's right. They had to flee and anchor your ass here. Because you failed and your family
You know what
failed.
being born somewhere is? See, you not understand. See, you actually think the majority of Black Americans, no, genuinely, and this is not like you're going to think this is racist. You actually think the majority of Black Americans are hardworking?
Yes, they are. Absolutely.
Okay. What
Absolutely, they are.
What majority?
Absolutely, they are.
What are the industries that Black Americans work on? What do you dominate in as Black Americans?
What do you mean what we dominate in? What do you, as far as what? What do you mean? What we dominate?
Okay, in the workforce. In the workforce, where do you dominate?
So shout out to Black women being the most educated.
The workforce.
No, don't say that. That's not true.
They are or were at a point.
No, they're not. They're the most enrolled.
Tommy, I'll get it for you, Tommy.
You take the most amount of welfare. You commit the most amount of violent crime.
No.
Where do you dominate?
Sir, violent crime. You come
the majority of violent crime
from
Black Americans, by and large.
Sir, your lineage is violent. The Philippines is crime and violence over there. Sir, you come from that.
Absolutely.
That's why you had to flee. You can't point your finger at us. The majority of Black people don't commit crimes. That's a lie.
Okay, so where do you dominate in the workforce? You're running from that question. Where do you dominate in the workforce? Where do you dominate in the workforce?
No, white supremacy.
Where do you dominate in the workforce, Tariq? You're so hardworking. Where?
Can we answer, or are you going to keep answering the same question?
See, when I say that, everybody knows the answer. You dominate in the NBA, the NFL, and hip hop. That's the systems that
what do you dominate? Okay,
nothing else.
Then what do you dominate in? What do Filipinos dominate in?
I'm dominating you in the space right now because you're drowning about Zionism.
Okay, all right. At least we dominate in that. What do you dominate in?
I'm dominating you in this debate right now because you don't even know what Zionism is.
But you're not, though. You sound stupid and you sound uninformed, right?
At least we dominate in that. Okay. At least we dominate in music. At least we dominate in sports. At least we dominate in basketball.
See, there's the answer.
No, you don't dominate. Okay, all right. At least we dominate in that. You don't dominate in
man. That's the answer. Music
you dominate in fleeing.
Music and sports.
That means we're doing better than you. That means we're doing better than you.
The economy forward, Tariq.
That means we're doing
music and hip hop, music and basketball.
And your shit whole country ain't dominating shit but American bases, right? And Haiti is fucking failing. This is what I'm talking about. I cannot debate with.
Yes, Sneeko, you can't say nothing, Sneeko. You don't dominate in nothing. At least we got sports and music. You don't even have that.
You're running away from
so is that hardworking music and sports?
Yep. That's hard work.
Okay, maybe that's maybe that's why Black people are not succeeding.
If it was so easy, why didn't you do it?
Okay, so
If it's
maybe
so
that's
easy,
why they're
why are
not
you not
succeeding.
doing it?
Because instead of becoming lawyers, doctors, instead of moving the economy forward, you stick to hip hop and basketball.
Mm-hmm.
That moves
And
the
you don't
economy
have
forward.
anything to stick to but fleeing and dog meat.
Yeah, that's Chinese people, retard. You don't know
No,
the
that's
difference between
you.
Asian.
No, that's
Nico,
you.
your
I'm gonna
arguments
hit y'all
are
with you all the same.
your
And
arguments
your
aren't
arguments are
arguments, Zico. Seriously, you listen to what you just asked. And then when they gave you examples, you said they're not good examples.
Okay, because he said
what
they're
do Mexicans
hardworking.
lead in?
No, Tommy,
okay, what
that
do
is my
Mexicans
argument.
lead in?
That is the argument. He
Sneeko,
said
you
black
cannot
people
tell
are
those
hardworking.
people
No,
in their
Tommy, hold
fields
up.
of work.
I'm just curious. What do Mexicans lead in?
They're very hardworking people.
Okay, and they lead in
Well,
what?
you can't just say that. You said industry. He
Landscaping,
said
fruit
black
picking,
people are
roof
hardworking.
thatching.
So
That's
you
what they
asked him
lead in.
specific
Jumping the
industries.
border.
So then I asked, what do Mexicans lead in?
Landscaping.
Okay, you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like you could turn
Road
around
work,
and then not there.
it's
You could not
subpar.
what they do too. You could say, and y'all, and they get most of them get paid under the table and aren't American citizens.
And they're a burden on the system. Let's keep
Yeah,
it
so
above.
if you do that, y'all are giving this man the win, and it's sad to watch.
No, there's no win. He's saying that they're hardworking, but he can't even think of an industry besides crack. Where do you work hard?
That's
what? He did not say that. And he gave you five. He gave you five industries. See, that's what's not right.
You know.
Are we doing the drug
well,
thing?
You
Did
know
you go to the
very
drugs?
well that
Wait.
black
On average, I know he didn't go to drugs. I know he didn't go to drugs. I know they didn't.
And blacks don't lead in drugs.
Cole, did he go to the drugs for real? The
They
drugs are
said
coming from
crack, and blacks don't lead in this.
We don't even lead.
That's what these kind of arguments then make you do sound crazy if you're listening to this. And so whenever Tariq made the same kind of stereotypical remarks about his people, he got upset.
Right. See, but
and then he turns right around and
you get
making them
victimized
about
about the
black.
racist jokes. When you talk about eating dogs, I don't victimize myself because you know very well the average black American does not work hard. They're not.
That's a lie.
Black Americans will use victimization to not work hard.
That's a lie.
To get
We don't have an
welfare.
option but to work hard. We don't get anything. We have to work hard. We don't have any other option but to work hard. We don't get anything.
Yeah, if you did work hard, you would succeed. You
about?
wouldn't even be having this conversation right now because the vast majority of black, it's just not because of the victimization
that's
that
you
purport.
projecting your fail because you come from two failed cultures,
I'm actually a success
That's
at a
you
very young age.
projecting.
I'm half your age and I'm more successful than you.
No.
Because the average black
You're
American,
not more successful than me.
they ride off of the victimization that you promote.
You come from two failed cultures. You are not successful, sir. You can't even get your tooth fixed. You got knocked out today, sir. You
Bitch, you can't ask for referrals. Come on, cut it out.
All right. I just want to interject something here real quick. I just want like 30 seconds to just make my point here. This entire argument is ridiculous, and I'm going to say why. We're talking about the United States of America. Everyone has opportunity here. Whether people want to go ahead and say, "Oh, well, I'm victimized and I can't have the same opportunities because of the color of my skin," I think that's a bunch of bullshit. It's up to you if you're going to become successful or not. Whether you come here as an immigrant or you're born here as a foundationally black American, it doesn't matter. You got to go out there and fucking work. The color of your skin is no longer, the color of your skin is no longer a valid excuse to say that you're being oppressed by the man or whatever it may be. Whether you're black as fuck from Africa or you're foundationally black American,
and they want a brown face just like you to say that kind of shit, right? And that's why we don't want to speak for us, right?
Yo, shut the fuck up when I'm talking, man. Like you're here as a fucking, you're here as a guest, so shut the fuck up.
Myron, you ain't even built like that, bitch. You got a bad over.
Okay, anyway, like I was saying, fucking clown. I don't even know why he's talking. So, like I was saying, you guys are going ahead and saying that the problems stem because of race. I'm saying that the problems stem because of stupidity. If you deserve to be successful and you work hard, you will get it. Your skin color has nothing to do with that. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
And again, that's why
and to defeat that, we then, if we're saying that, to defeat that,
and with that logic, and I always go back to your homeland. If it's all about being stupid and not race, are you saying everybody from the Sudan is stupid because they got oppressed and their homeland has failed because they didn't build it?
I'm talking about the United States of America. I find it interesting that you always bring it back.
Should apply anywhere.
You always bring it back.
Stupidity is not just in the United States, sir. Stupidity is stupidity no matter where it is. And that logic should apply to
you
your
have
homeland.
different opportunities in different lands. That's actually
hold on.
You have
because let me tell you why the stupidity matters where you are, Tariq. Because I'll tell you why. Because in the United States of America, you get a free education. You're in a first world country where you have running water and electricity. And if you don't have that, you can go ahead and get welfare. So everyone has an enormous amount of opportunity in the United States compared to other third world countries. So what I'm saying is this: if someone comes here with $1 in their fucking pocket and can't speak the English language and finds a way to become a millionaire, become successful, guess what? They did a lot better than the foundationally Black American that was born and raised here, that knew the language, that's going to sit there.
Okay,
hold on. Let me finish my point.
Let me
finish my point. Let me just finish what I'm saying. If someone comes here and doesn't even have a fucking green card and finds a way to get citizenship here, builds a business, makes a bunch of money, doesn't even speak the language, well, guess what? He did a lot better and is smarter than the foundation Black American that's crying about the system, saying I'm being so oppressed when he had the opportunity.
This is where
the whole
I have
time.
a problem, because in this country, they weren't letting brown immigrants like you come over here for a long time. Do you understand that? This country was not letting African immigrants come over here. It was the foundational Black Americans who worked hard and kicked ass in the 1960s and said, we're going to change these laws to let these brothers and sisters over here. So when you come over here and say that, yeah, we over here now, we're so much smarter and better than those foundational Black Americans who actually were the ones fighting to get me over here, that's a very disrespectful mindset to have. And that's the problem that we're having now. That's why we're delineating from that mindset, sir. You understand that?
Can I respond to that? Okay. So if you were born and raised here and you have an American citizenship and you were able to speak the English language and you had the foundationally Black American experience, as you claim, right? And you had all these resources available to you, and then someone comes in from Nigeria, doesn't speak the language, figures out a way to go to school, figures out a way to put himself through school, gets a job, makes money, becomes a doctor, etc. Who's the idiot? The foundation Black American who had all the things available to him from the beginning, or the guy that figured out a way to come here and make it out the fucking mud?
Foundational Black Americans do that every day. You try to look at us through the eyes of the lowest denominator. You look at Black folks in the
bottom 15%.
You look at the people in the projects as the totality of foundational Black American culture. We get up, go to school, work, do our thing every single day. We go out here, run businesses, get money, do what we're supposed to do. The Nigerian brothers and sisters, or Haitian, whoever, when they come over here, we make sure that they're good. We sit up here and help create opportunities for them. When they get businesses, we patronize their businesses. We support people. We make sure that people are good. We don't have that janky ass mentality where I'm against those people. You understand? So a lot of folks, when they come over here, just because you come over here and get a job, because you're not that successful, just because you come over here and get a job, that doesn't mean you're just doing so much better and you're so much smarter. No, you came over here and got a job thanks to the doors that foundational Black Americans kicked in. You understand that?
Yeah, fantastic. But the problem is this: you kicked the door in and then you stayed in the house and got comfortable. Meanwhile, these guys came into the house and decided, wow, there's a lot of opportunity here. It took the house over. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not shitting on foundation. You like to use. Hold on.
What are you taking over? Okay, what are y'all taking over?
I let you speak.
What are
Tariq, I let you speak.
What are you taking over? Okay,
I let you speak.
What are you got to elaborate.
I let you speak.
What are you taking over?
Okay. Let me finish.
He is arguing like I argue now. He's a stupid
finish. If you let me finish, then I can go ahead and elaborate the way that you want. But what I'm simply saying is, you're saying that you guys created an infrastructure for us to come over and be successful. Fantastic. Awesome. But what I'm saying is that if you create the infrastructure and then the people that come and immigrate that have less opportunity than you come over here and become successful, then you can't sit there and be like, well, you guys are ungrateful, blah, 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 blah. There are foundational Black Americans that do fantastic. But my problem is this: foundational Black Americans tend to complain a lot about the system, right, that they've been able to enjoy for the better part of multiple decades and say, oh my God, I'm so oppressed.
But Myron, that's our privilege, Myron.
Hold on. Let me finish. Meanwhile, people come here from poor-ass countries that didn't have any opportunity, and they're like, wow, you're a bunch of fucking crybabies. And they become successful in the house that you built. That's what I'm saying.
They come over and drive Uber and thankful that they had to flee the homeland that the other white supremacists broke down and they didn't fight them. We can't have that.
Nothing wrong with Uber. I drove Uber.
We can't have that same thing.
I have a
it's a lot of Black foundational Black Americans driving Uber.
2014 to this country with $2,000 in my pocket.
We can't sit here and ignore
there's no country like America that has more opportunity. So it's me, Calvin.
Who is Calvin?
Some camel,
Let
some
him
camel
finish
meat
his point,
eating.
Calvin, because I want to make sure he can say what he's got to say. Go
Right.
ahead, Tariq. Go ahead.
Yeah, we can't sit here and do what y'all did back in your homeland and ignore white supremacy. We'll turn this into a third world country. Somebody has to fight the white supremacists to get things for non-white people, and we're the only ones doing that. You understand these white supremacists ain't trying to give nothing to nobody. Somebody had to say, hey, you're going to have to give something up, and y'all come and enjoy that. And then when you come over here and start trying to align yourself with the same white supremacists, we're looking at you funny style. You understand that?
Okay, can I respond to that? So, okay, so what I'm saying to that is you're saying, oh, yeah, well, we created this foundation or whatever. But remember, my argument is simply this. In 2024, there's nothing holding back, whether it's an African immigrant or a foundationally Black American. Nothing is holding us back from success. There's this white supremacy that you're talking about that's holding us back. It's not holding us back, man.
It can hold you back. These white supremacists can say, I'm going to just close the border. I'm not letting none of y'all back over here. They can do that. They run the show. And I acknowledge that. I don't have a problem acknowledging that because that's the truth. It's a race war going on, and the white supremacists are on top of the race war. They can shut these borders down tomorrow. They can shut a lot of stuff down. They can shut down our businesses anytime they feel like it. Nobody's stopping them. We're in a global system of white supremacy. That's what it is. They can go bomb your homeland tomorrow, sir.
A global system
we're in
of
a
white
system
supremacy.
of Black. Okay.
Right.
Can I respond to that?
Go ahead.
So you're saying that we're in a system of. So tell me this: why is it that Black people are admitted at a higher rate to university than white people? Why is it that they have preferential hiring? Why is it that we have affirmative action? Hold on, let me finish. Let me finish. Why is it that we have historically Black colleges, but we don't necessarily have historically white colleges? Why do we have
PWIs,
really?
Hold on. Let me finish. Why do we have
Why
all
would you
these
need to
things
call
in
it a
place?
historically white college? It's already baked in the sauce.
It's PWIs.
But that's my point that I'm trying to get at. We have things in place specifically for Black people, right, that are not available to other races.
That's
but
a
we
lie.
sit here and we complain and cry and say
that's a
it's
lie.
white
White
supremacy,
people go
white
to
supremacy.
HBCUs all the time. All groups go to HBCUs.
Yeah, but what's their acceptance
Myron,
rate? That's
those
like
people had to create that network, right, because of the history. And that's why I say y'all see a lot of intellectually dishonest shit, right?
Right. Yeah, that's not even intellectually honest, man.
Like even the part about well, why is it that something about civil rights, right? The interim during the civil rights, or why you're not succeeding, huh? You
All right, let's go to let's hear from
I said in today's day and age,
but you're forgetting
there's
about the
nothing
in
holding
between,
back
right?
someone from
But
success.
you're not mentioning,
bro. You have
There's
to let
nothing
people
holding you
finish
back.
their statements. You have to let people finish their statements, bro. Like I know you may think you know what he's gonna say. Just let them finish, please. Go ahead, Myron.
No, I was just saying. I was to clarify what you were saying. I was saying that in 2024, there's nothing holding you back from success, regardless of your skin color. But continue.
You said that over and over again.
Yeah, so there's no lasting ramifications of all the policies enacted since the civil rights movement. There's no lasting ramifications, right?
What policies are you talking about?
We're talking about pumping drugs into the community, right? By way of and contra. We're talking about NAFTA. We're talking about crime bills, right? We're talking about welfare reform. 2 crime bills and welfare reform. And welfare didn't even benefit us, right? But they damn sure racialized it, right? And that was right after NAFTA, right? That trade deal took most production jobs away from that middle class working community, right? Shipped them overseas, right? So you're not being intellectually honest. You're glossing over all that, right? And with those trade deals comes immigration policy, which a lot of you motherfuckers got here. Let's keep this shit a buck. So come on.
Okay. So explain to me then. So you're talking about immigrants, blah blah blah, coming in here. So as a foundationally Black American, you have all the advantages. You're a U.S. citizen. You speak the English language. You got a free education.
Because they're still that system.
What's keeping you back from beating out? What's keeping you back from holding? Just beating out some, spear chucking African.
Now, why does he have to be a spear chucker? And you're African.
Oh, that's what you've been saying the whole
I
time.
never said nobody was a spear chucker. I don't.
You made a bunch of jokes about Africans and everything else like that.
Dog eaters, when they say spear chucking,
these immigrants, right, that you've been ridiculing their entire night. Why can't you guys beat them out as American citizens that can speak English?
We
Why
have.
not just beat them out?
We have. We're doing better than them.
Okay, so
because the system likes to underpay you. Yeah, we're doing better than you.
Myron, we're doing better than you, brother. I mean, come on, man.
That's actually
the system actually likes to underpay you, right? And they know you're docile.
That's actually not true. Nigerians are some of the highest. Nigerians are the highest earning Blacks.
No, they're not.
What you're talking about.
No, none of you guys. You guys are not really balling out, Myron. Let's stop this fantasy.
The Nigerians are by far the most successful Blacks.
Myron, none of you are balling out.
Name the prosperous Nigerian community in America.
Fake diplomas and flake stats, right? We
Real
know
talk.
this.
You know the fake diplomas. And
All right, let's go. Wait, real quick. Let's go to Chief Trump, sir.
Yeah, yo.
That's a
Hey,
fact.
you better change that subject. Y'all not balling out like that. You're not doing so much better than us over here.
Nigerians are the most successful blacks, bro.
How
Yeah,
so? How? Okay, then name the successful.
They have the highest annual income, somewhere around 80.
Okay, they have. You know why? No. Let's break that down. That household income is
What's
higher.
the excuse now for why they're lapping?
The higher the income, the household income is higher for a lot of immigrants because most foundational Black Americans have 2 income households, either 1 or 2. A lot of you immigrants have 30 niggas living in the house, all driving Uber, and that makes the income for the household go up higher. That's the only reason. It's not that you work harder. It's more of you living in a damn house. So tell all of it and put it in the right context. It's not that you have these prosperous communities.
Love the stereotyping.
Y'all don't have them.
That's not true. That's
100% true. There is no prosperous communities that you guys have like that. Y'all just live in the house.
Tariq, have you thought
y'all
about
have a whole bunch of people living in the house.
I'll tell you why Nigerians earn more. I'll tell you why. Because they have 2-parent households.
No, they have 30. They have 30 members in the household.
Hold on.
It's a whole bunch of people.
They have 5-parent household. They have 5-parent household.
You can say whatever you want.
One father, 4 wives.
The point is this.
Come on.
The point is this. They value the nuclear family. They value the nuclear family. That is the biggest thing here. That's
in Nigeria has
man, cut it out.
Don't you dare go there. Nigeria has the highest maternity fraud rate in the world, sir. They don't value,
and that's why they have. And that's yes, but they're also wildly successful as well.
Okay, don't sit here talking about the nuclear family and there's orphans.
That's why, and they have nuclear families. That's why they come here and they become successful because they have 2 parents. They send their kids to school. They make them work really hard while the dad drives Ubers. You make jokes about it, and he's sending his kids to med school. Yes, that's why they're successful.
Sir, no, it's all the people living in the household. That's why you cannot point.
How are you just gonna say no?
Yeah, because I'm telling you, he's just saying stuff. That's why you can't point.
But you're just saying
you can't point to a big prosperous community that's Nigerian, that's Sudanese, or none of this stuff. You can't point to it in America. You can't point to it.
I like how you deflected the argument when I told you the most successful blacks are Nigerians.
All right, and I've debunked that.
Are you using per capita numbers, Myron?
Well,
I'm talking generally.
Yeah, they're making 67K per year.
Nobody's worried, bro. I'm not
American dumbass.
Okay, right? They choose y'all because y'all will take the lower wage. You won't give any pushback.
See, notice how I give a fact and then they go ahead and just make stereotypes.
You didn't give a fact. I countered that lie you told and told the truth.
Yeah, you countered it by them doing fraternity.
Because you can't talk about the nuclear family and there's paternity fraud.
First of all, how about this? I mean, kudos to the Nigerians for having.
And I'm not knocking Nigerians. I'm not knocking Nigerians.
And make more money. Like, I mean, well, at the end of the day, he's trying to make a point, and if Nigerians choose to use that strategy, good for them. I mean, congratulations. That's great. That's smart, actually. We should congratulate them. How about L Blacks for not doing that? How about you guys? Take a lesson from that?
I'm not taking a lesson from people or from any country where they're defecating in the streets and they can't get it together. All right.
Well, you guys were better off here.
That's not a stereotype. I'm not taking. I'm not.
Racist.
No, that's not racist. When you come from failed homelands, I'm not taking no cue from that.
And I mean, most of y'all parents, and most of y'all in here parents come from failed homelands where they do barbaric shit.
But
come on, cut it out.
Yeah, we're not taking no cues from you. Get the hell out of here.
So let me get
take a lesson from you.
They come from failed homelands. They come from failed homelands, and then they still lap.
No, they don't. They're not
laughing shit, bro. Your mom is at home.
They're taking me to the airport.
Yeah, they did. They were together.
You're not laughing anything. No, you're not.
Here we go.
Yeah, they did. They
they're not.
Because
that's a fantasy.
Yeah, they came up with a method for them to make.
That's a fantasy.
They came up with a method. They outsmarted you guys.
No, they didn't.
They did. They said, "Hey, how about this? Let's come together. Let's create more income within the household. Let's live together and let's do this and let's become,
So let's all drive Uber. We're sure showing those FBAs. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. You showing us with your Uber.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway,
so Tariq, again, once again, if an immigrant that doesn't even speak the language can come here and be successful, there's nothing holding anyone back.
You're not that successful, sir. You're not.
Can I
I'm
give
not
the
talking
real
about
statistics,
I'm
bro?
talking about immigrants in general. They're not really that successful.
Jacosta.
Like you come up, you flee 3,000 miles to get a job. Okay, you flee your homeland to get a job. All right, you're not really balling out like that. You're not.
They
You're not
flee to
showing us
America because there's opportunities in America.
that we created. Yes, I know that. We know that.
Okay, wait, so you
Tariq.
created it or white supremacists created it? Which one?
Tariq,
We had to fight these white supremacists to allow some of these
I
opportunities
mean, by
for
your
the
logic, then
non-whites.
we could go ahead and
All
say
right.
you didn't create anything. It was George Washington in the squad. Like you're using the logic of we
If you
created this,
it,
but
there'd
like
be
who's
black
thriving?
supremacy, and there's not. See, 45% of
No,
single
there's
mother
no.
households are black. The
Oh
average black
Lord.
American woman weighs 186 pounds. If you're going to bring up these metrics, like you're
Sir.
failing in every single one of these metrics, and then you
Sir.
say Haiti's failing, you say Nigeria's pooping in the streets. Look what's happening. Look at the statistics in America.
Foundation of Black
yo,
Americans.
Sneagle,
We ain't living
can I
like
give?
third world people. We're not. And you white supremacists are in the trailer parks living worse than that, but you still got white
Why do you
supremacy.
keep saying you?
See, the
Why do
thing,
you keep
see,
saying
the
you
thing about
white?
you white
Why do you keep doing
supremacists,
that?
your white
Dude, no
your
one hears
whiteness
a white
is monetized.
supremacist.
Why
he's
do you
making
say
that up.
you
It's like
white
with
They
supremacists?
have a perpetual victim mindset.
Your white
Tariq.
supremacists,
It's
the
sad
only
to see
thing
it.
that keeps you awake at night is the fact that you can fall back on white
That's an
supremacy.
emotional argument. That's an
No, it's
emotional
not.
argument.
Tariq, no one is a
No,
white
it's not.
supremacist here. I don't
No,
know
it's not.
why. We
No,
didn't
it's
even
not.
talk about
No,
race
it's not.
until you
No,
came
it's
in
not.
here.
Yeah, you
No
don't
one
have
was talking
anything
about race
going on
until you
except
came in
white
here.
supremacy. You're dirt
Tariq,
poor,
we
but
get
your
your business model to
whiteness
call you
is
white
monetized.
supremacist
But
and
go
all
ahead.
that. In
You
debate, like
literally only talk about race, Tariq. Like we
You
weren't
stop
even
it.
talking
You
about
stop.
that
That's all you guys do, and we're calling you out on that.
Really?
Yes, it is.
That's
Yes, it
bro.
is.
There's no
Well,
substantiation
Yes, it
on
is.
it.
Yes, it is.
There's literally no argument to back that we're white supremacists. You have a victim
It
mindset
is. It is.
perpetually.
It
And
is.
and you're really
you
holding
being in
people back.
denial. Y'all love to practice white supremacy, then deny it, which is
so Tariq,
gaslighting.
is Shapiro a white
Well,
supremacist?
Tariq, you can't honestly say that all they do is talk about race.
Hey,
And
wait,
that's
wait,
all
wait.
you
These
do
guys,
is talk about
these
race.
dudes,
Tariq,
these
is
dudes,
Ben Shapiro a white supremacist?
he's a
It's like,
suspected
oh,
white
y'all,
supremacist.
listen, that'd be like me saying I don't
Tariq
talk about race.
Nasheed,
No,
no,
race
he
is
really,
Right,
someone quote that.
exactly. Right,
Tariq
there it
Nasheed
is.
thinks Ben Shapiro's a white supremacist.
Right.
Well,
A
that's where
suspected
y'all
white
should have
supremacist.
stopped that, though. Y'all never drilled down on the questions you should. Right there, when you said he backs white supremacist talking points, why did none of y'all say what talking points are those? Y'all literally defeat your own argument and y'all
Right.
make it easy for him.
Mhm. Exactly.
Okay, so you
yeah.
call it out, Tommy. Then get out of the victim mindset that Tariq is holding.
Oh God!
No,
But you
Ben Shapiro
got to
said
get
he
out of the
doesn't care about
victimizer
drowning in
mindset.
America.
You got to
How's
get
he
out of
white
the
supremacist?
victimizer mindset.
Y'all
All right,
just have a
anyway,
we have an honest
listen.
conversation. That's the only thing I hate. People, I get that when we get on our separate sides, we got to speak the way we speak. But I got to tell you, Tariq, in this conversation, I've seen him speak in a way I hadn't seen him speak. I think he might have been watching me a few videos, but he has set up here and he been rope-a-doping y'all, and y'all look bad.
No, man, that's not true, man.
Y'all do look
So
bad
then
from the
listen,
outside
listen,
looking in. You do.
He didn't prove anything.
then-
Tommy, he hasn't made one substantial point about anything
But,
besides talking
but
about
neither have
Sudan.
y'all.
But
Y'all
Myron,
been calling them names. I've heard so many people say dumb, stupid
He
motherfuckers.
called us
yelling
dog
over-
eaters. He said Nigerians poop in the streets. Like, what are you talking? What point has
He's
he
made
made?
no solid points, bro.
Besides
You know what I'm
saying
saying? Y'all
Ben
have to
Shapiro,
hold him to what his
He's been
points
making ad
are.
hominem attacks on me the whole time. I haven't said
besides
anything
thinking
about
that
it.
that Zionists are white supremacists, he hasn't made any point at all.
No, he did. Hold on. I can, and again, y'all know he'll tell you, no love lost. He made a point when he was trying to tell y'all, if you say this about Jews, they subvert everybody. So I'm just going to look at them as white people because the white people are doing the same thing. Y'all did not make y'all did not make a good reverse argument. So he won.
Right.
You can't do that.
Yeah, no, he said Ben Shapiro.
Because they don't have.
I said, but y'all never asked.
Ben Shapiro said he
Tariq,
wanted
did they
to
ask you, Tariq, did they ask you what your points were when you said he backs up white supremacist talking point? Did they ever ask you to elaborate?
No, I just told who he was associated with.
Sure,
Right.
exactly.
They don't really. They
Never
don't have a
asked.
counter. They don't have a counter. But
Y'all
Myron,
don't
but
ask.
Myron,
You can't
Tommy,
not ask
you're
the right
putting words in
question
his mouth.
and then
That's
turn around and
not
say
what
they
Myron
did something wrong.
Not once did he ever admit that there's Jewish subversion tactics.
Yes, he did.
Tariq,
Yeah,
are there Jewish
I did.
subversion
I talked about
tactics?
it in the 1960s how there were.
He
Jews
literally
that act like
did.
racists.
See?
I did. I did
Not
talk
in the
about it.
1960s. We're not
my
living in the
God.
Jim Crow era. I'm talking
Right.
about
This is
today.
not supposed to happen.
Even now, I can talk. Even now, you have white Jewish music execs who
No.
push degeneracy.
I
just
am
like
not
the
supposed
Anglo
to be
way.
over here. I'm waiting on this man to call me one crispy. He he ain't done it,
No, wait, hold on.
But Tommy,
I'm on these guys.
I ask him again: is there white Jewish? Is there Jewish subversive taxes? He says white Jewish. They're different races. We established that 5
because
times.
there's black Jews. Because I just can't say Jews. There's black Jews.
Yeah,
They're
he's
not-
explaining
they
to
don't have
you.
the
He believes there are 2 different kinds of Jews.
Right.
It's not like he didn't say it.
He doesn't
Right.
understand
There's
that
black
Zionist Jews.
There are
do
black
not
Jews who
consider
don't have any. They don't
black
have no power.
Jews.
And if he's an FBA and he also believes that blacks were in the United States before whites set foot, you don't think he also believes that there were blacks that were Jews too?
Yeah, that's retarded. See, no actual
But
Jew
you
believes
think
in that.
you're not hearing me though. You think it is. There's several black Jews who believe that they're Jews.
Yeah,
and I'm
but no
friends with a
actual
few of
Jews believe in that. Whatever blacks can believe what they want to believe, it doesn't make it true.
There's a woman who thinks.
But there's many of us. Wait a minute.
Who's the guy
Nick
saying
Cannon. Hold on a second, Sneeko. Nick Cannon. What got him kicked off his show? What did he say that got him kicked off?
He said something about the Jews, huh?
No, not something. Don't do that. See there? You're being disingenuous. Let me tell you exactly what he said. He said blacks were the original Jews. That's what got him kicked off.
The majority of slave owners were Jews, so I don't know.
No, what I'm saying is y'all won't admit that there are people, one of the greatest things that people believe that Jews did, and they can back it with Bible verses, that Jews subverted blacks and their heritage. That's literally what made Tariq and I fall out, because I didn't know what he was doing or whatever, but that was what I brought out. I
That's
said,
not what
I
made
don't
me
know
fall.
why.
No, that didn't make us fall out. That's absolutely not
Well,
what
that's
made
what
us
made you fall out. I never fell out with you.
No, it did.
You
I
did.
That's
Because they came and told you what I said on my show. Because before that, we was cool. Before that, you was like, get after these black bitches. You literally said those words to me.
I didn't
Yes,
say
you
that.
did. It's on tape during our interview.
Play it. Can you play a tape of me?
I
saying
sure
black
can. I will put the
bitches?
video. I will put the interview back up, ladies and gentlemen. You'll get the interview. He literally
Please
said
play
it.
that. I don't.
He sure
Please play
did.
that. I want to hear that.
They don't deserve
I don't make up
I-
lies.
please,
There's
I
no
wanna
reason
hear
for me to sit there and lie about that. I'm not gonna say somebody said something they didn't.
And I didn't know nothing about you, or nothing to some black Jews or what. I don't know nothing.
No,
about
I'm saying
that.
what I said on the video. What I said was, I said they asked me. They said, why is it that Hidden Colors doesn't address that Jews took black heritage and subverted them, and now they're trying to claim that they're the Semitic people and saying that blacks are anti-Semitic, talking about it. I said, and it was right after me and the girl I was dating had just went to Dallas and seen the movie, and I said,
what?
I said, I'll talk to. I said, I don't know why he didn't bring that up in 1 or 2. I said, I don't know why he would bring up all these hidden colors, but not bring up that Jews will not acknowledge black Jews. For some odd reason, they will not.
Tommy,
I didn't have a problem with you because of that. I don't know nothing about
It's
that.
people in the comment section saying he sure did on that interview. When it starts off, ain't nothing but
see,
against the
most people have
party.
no idea what you're talking about. Let me explain Judaism to you. If you read the Talmud, they do not accept black people. That's not even like black Jews. They can say it just like black people say we're kings and queens. That doesn't make it true. Black Jews are not accepted in the Jewish community.
But the reason they don't accept them is because they know they took their heritage.
Hold on. But wasn't the Nazis, their whole argument was that the reason they had a problem with Jewish people because they had Negro blood. That was the Jewish
No, it
argument.
actually
I
is.
mean,
The Nazis
right?
had no problem with Negroes.
No. The Nazis, according to their documents, they were saying that the problem with the Jews is that they were a Negro race.
No.
What?
This is what.
What are you talking about?
Yes.
It literally wasn't, Tariq. It wasn't.
You think you're the main character in every situation. Nazis did not care about black people. They cared about Jewish people.
Go read the book Hybrid Hate. Go read the book Hybrid Hate. This is what they were. This is a white man wrote this book called Hybrid Hate. They talked about how the Nazis, the whole issue of anti-Semitism was that they didn't like the Jewish people because the Jewish people had black blood.
No, they did not like. No, that is a lie. Even Hitler said the reason he didn't like the Jews was what they did was they came into their community, and what he said was he had the women prostituting themselves out, which was true in Berlin. Said they brought all kind of gay culture to their Christian background, and that they were a part of when they lost World War I, and that's why almost he said that's why when he started with the Autobahn and stuff, the idea of what they would do was they would charge people with loans, and everybody had a problem with that because Hitler believed, like Jesus believed, you loan money, you don't get any interest. And they were literally getting rich off of interest.
Usury.
He never said they had black blood. It was an economic argument.
Yeah, yeah. In Mein Kampf, he said there were Negroid race. He says that in Mein Kampf.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
No,
Tariq,
black
No,
people are
this
not the main
is
character of everything.
that's what I don't like.
He wanted to be the
that has
center of
never
attention
been
of
their
World War
argument.
II.
That's been the argument. The argument wasn't religion. He said
No, it was
they're not white.
economic. Everybody kicks the Jews out over economy. The reason JFK is dead is because he tried to talk about the economy that the Jews had built under the Fed.
Not everything's about black people, Tariq. It was
Yeah,
about
it ain't about
communism.
race.
Then why did he say that they were Negroid?
Because you
in
want to
Mein
be the
Kampf?
center of attention at everything. It's not all. It's not about
He
black
didn't
people.
say that.
It's the smallest issue
He
of
did
all
say
time.
that. It's in Mein Kampf. He said it in Mein Kampf. Y'all look it up. I'm not saying this. This is what Hitler said in Mein
Show the
Kampf.
quote. Show the quote right now.
Okay, go. I'm on an audio thing. I can't show you.
You can exit
we
the app.
don't have
you
a screen
boomer.
to show
You
you.
can leave the app and still be on the space. I don't know how you're a
My
millionaire.
goodness. How am I
You don't
gonna
know how
show
to
you
use a
the
phone.
thing?
Like, how did you be? You're hardworking.
Okay, you're trying to be snarky.
Well, if you think
You're
about
the
it, if
one
you're
bringing up
telling
the
him he could
Negroid
do it,
thing.
you could do it.
You brought it up. You're supposed to fight this.
I know,
when
but we
Mein
all
Kampf
could do it to prove him wrong.
Right. Yeah, prove me wrong.
See, that's what I mean. We're not having
You
a fair
can't prove a
conversation.
negative, bruh. You can't prove a negative.
You see,
Find
me
the
and him
quote
just
then
went
put
at
it
it, but I'm
else
still
in.
trying to be fair. If y'all really wanted these conversations to go somewhere, if they were just public displays and bullshit, then we're going perfect.
Well, okay, he's the one who brought it up, so cite your source, because this is the first time anybody's ever heard that.
Well, he cited it. He said it was in the book, but he didn't know. It's like when people tell me it's in the Bible. I go look it up.
Tommy,
right.
No, the problem is we're going around in circles for a couple of points. Sneaker brought a point about the difference between white supremacy and then Jewish supremacy. Tariq has the opinion that Shapiro is a white supremacist, or he says suspect white supremacist, when there's a thing called Jewish supremacy. That's the difference. And when he says a white,
But why didn't you ask him to elaborate?
No, I've been trying to for 30 minutes.
No, you haven't. None of y'all pinned him down on it.
Let him speak for 5 seconds.
Tommy, bro, I've been like 2 days no sleep here. So I'll be pretty brief. The whole thing is that this whole white, Jewish, whatever, there's a religion and there's a race. There's two parts of it. So when you guys talk about is he white, is he black, there's different parts of it. So I'm going to be ethnically Jewish. They have religion that's Jewish. There's different parts of that. The other part I speaker brought before about the hard working and all of that. What he's talking about was in terms of the different industries and what the percentage is demographically of each sector. That's what he was asking Tariq initially. And then he kind of ran around that point, and also the point about the crime statistics, which he ran around as well. You can say somebody's hardworking, and they're individuals that are hardworking for sure. But we're talking about like what sectors and what demographic percentages are in each sector. That is the difference he is referring to there. I think when he calls Shapiro a suspected white supremacist, when he is Jewish, the Jewish supremacist, to be able to say that instead of leaving the white thing. The whole white Jewish thing is different from saying a Jewish supremacist. That's a conundrum that they've been going in circles around for like in 30 or so minutes here. So that's I gotta go. It's been like,
let me tell you, Ben Shapiro is not a fucking suspected white supremacist because he allowed his employee by the name of Candace Owens to say what she wanted about whites, but when she said what she wanted about Jews, she got fired.
Right.
Say what you want.
Again,
He might be a suspected white supremacist. If you can say that, and I agree, whatever you say, Tariq, but then you have to ask, why was she able to talk about blacks, whites, but then as soon as she said something about Jews, she lost her job?
Mm-hmm. Well, she didn't get to say too much about whites. But yeah, when she said something about
you
Ben
said too
Shapiro,
much. She said nothing. She got to say nothing about Jews, though. Literally talking about Jews got her fired. Then the man called her anti-Semitic. Quickly.
Hey,
quickly.
Brother Tommy, crazy enough, I just Googled it and looked it up. And the Mein Kampf, Hitler did mention the Negroid blood, which is wild.
No, but I asked you, that's what you see how I stopped and said, let's not.
Mentioning Negroid blood doesn't mean he thinks blacks were Jews. Read the quote.
Yeah, read the quote. Let him read the quote. He said he looked it up. Let him read the quote to us.
Just because he said the word Negroid doesn't prove that whatever Tariq was talking about.
Exactly. That's what I said.
Yeah,
he should be reading it right now.
And before
Jordan Horn.
How he gonna say he just looked it up, and then when we asked to read it, he silent?
Yo, Tommy,
I'm
Tommy, I
not the
just put in the
ops, man. I'm
Jumbotron
driving
tweet
right
of
now,
Ben
so
No,
this
do us a
Shapiro
favor. Just read it. Go ahead.
where he's saying he
We are
doesn't care
all
about
ears.
the browning of America. How can he be a white supremacist and not care about the browning of America?
Well, I have my AI like pull it up real quick, but it's in volume 1, chapter 11, titled "Nation and Race." It says in this chapter, Hitler elaborates on his racist ideology, making various unfounded claims about racial purity, including the assertion that Jews possess Negroid characteristics.
Keep on going.
Negroid characteristics doesn't mean they're black.
That's what I'm saying. Keep going.
Yeah,
Help me out. Keep going.
It's like it's blocking me from looking any further.
Do you
Honestly.
see how vague that is? But now look up what he said about. Now look up what he said about the
it is
reason.
in that volume and chapter.
Now look up every speech he's had because literally when he talks about Jews and his problem with Jews is finances and degeneracy. It's not there. It's not Negro. Literally, that's his
international
thing.
finance.
And the reason why y'all asking the wrong person because all I've set up and people have seen it. I've watched a shit ton of Hitler documentaries. Too many to where it looked like I might be a Nazi. That's how many I've watched.
Yeah, he said Negroid characteristics.
Right.
Why would that's literally
blood. The Jews had Negroid blood.
That's not what he said.
This is what they said in my.
He said Negroid characteristics.
Does not say blood. We just spread it.
Characteristics is personality.
And bottom line, see, that's what changes the whole like FBA narrative or whatever the Tariq narrative is that if you speak about Jewish supremacy, then you realize that white supremacy is not the looming oppressive nature that you think it is. The real problem is that American politicians show undying allegiance to Israel. Israel is a Jewish ethno-state. Is an ethno-state that controls everything. And then Tariq does not understand that 98% of the funded politics.
Well, no, Speaker, I think he understands it. I just think that's a conversation we ain't having.
I don't think he does. 98% of AIPAC's funded politicians win their elections. Why do you think Biden's cabinet has all Zionists in there? Trump's cabinet that got subverted all by Zionists. The real issue, and this is why Trump brings behind the scenes.
Larry,
that's what the version is.
Lyndon B. Johnson was a Jew, Tariq.
All the white supremacists work together. I don't believe that.
No,
all of the
Lyndon B. Johnson, bro, his maternal side are all Jews, so therefore he is a Jew by nature.
No, he's not.
Are you what?
He is though. He is.
Lyndon Johnson's not. No,
Tariq, look up any of the white of the white presidents that you think are controlling white supremacy. Why are they kissing the wall in Israel?
Why are they?
Because they have
Lyndon
to show
B. Johnson
allegiance.
is a Jew, bro.
Because
I can't believe you can't
Tariq,
even.
every single president has to kiss the wall in Israel. Every politician that's successful in America has to put on the yarmulke and kiss the wall. There's a reason they go there and they don't go to Mecca and put on look like Malcolm X, because they have to show allegiance to Israel. Then this is an ethno-state. It's not just a religion, it's an ethnicity. It's not white supremacy.
Then how come the black Jews are not running?
Because nobody cares about them.
All right, so we're talking about white supremacy.
No,
so
the argument is brain can't comprehend.
You keep trying to make it a religious thing. You keep trying to make it a religious thing.
But you don't understand.
No.
Judaism. Okay, let me explain this to you because you don't get it. Judaism is not just a religion. Judaism is a religion and an ethnicity. It's a religion and an ethnicity at the same time.
Race.
It's a race.
Right. It's religion and a race.
That's why they're the chosen people.
What's that race?
Jewish people.
They're Middle Eastern. They come.
They're black people who are Jewish.
No. We're talking about Ashkenazi
they're
Jews.
not running anything.
We're talking about Ashkenazi Jews.
There are some Ethiopian Jews, etc., but we're talking about Ashkenazis.
All right, the white.
But yes, there are some Ethiopian Jews.
All right. We're still talking about white supremacy. All right.
Ashkenazi Jews are not whites. What are you talking about?
You're trying to pull some silly putty in different directions to change it up. It's still silly putty. We're still talking about
Tommy, this is what I'm saying. He does not get the difference between white and Jewish.
I get the difference.
He does not understand it.
Because if a white supremacist Jewish person can just change their last name and blend in, the problem is white supremacy.
No, they're going undercover to make people like you.
If they can just change their name and blend in, the problem is white supremacy.
They do that to brainwash people like you, so that you believe there's white supremacy.
Yes, right.
It's a trick.
Right. because they're white enough. If they can change their name and be white enough, they're still practicing white supremacy, sir. They're white enough.
Go and read go and read the article on Haaretz called Jews Are Not White. They admitted themselves.
Right. Nobody's white when it comes to white supremacy.
The Jews,
when you call out white supremacy, everybody's I'm Native American, I'm really Hispanic. George Zimmerman is Hispanic. He's not
and
really
this
a
is the
white
point, Tommy. He's never going to understand.
Yeah, that's what I'm with you, Stiko, on that, Tariq. They want to know then, if you're acknowledging that, then why won't you acknowledge that they're playing the game too?
Who?
Jews.
Who's playing the game too?
That when they come to the shit, when they come to the shit,
white
they
supremacists.
pretend they have nothing to do with it.
You have white supremacist Jewish people. You do.
No,
and you have white people. You have white people who are not racist, and you have white supremacists.
Let me say this one. Y'all let me do better.
He doesn't get it. That's like saying you're an Asian white supremacist. That doesn't make any sense. It's one or the other.
No. What are you talking
You can't
about?
be a Jewish white supremacist.
Yes,
they
you
have
can.
allegiance to the Jewish ethnic. You don't understand
No,
the
you
difference in the
can't.
races.
Because you have Jewish people who are classified as white. So
They classify as white. Okay, but Tariq, let me explain. They classify themselves as white to go undercover to trick people like you to think the problem is white
They're
supremacy.
not tricking anybody.
They do that to make
Bro,
you
you didn't even know
believe.
Lyndon B. Johnson was a Jew. You didn't even know that.
They're
So he did trick you. You didn't even know that we had a Jewish president.
They're not tricking me. They're practicing white supremacy with you.
Dude, you didn't even know Lyndon B. Johnson was a Jew. You didn't even know he was a Jew.
Yeah. Who? I didn't know who was
Lyndon
a
B.
Jew.
Johnson. You didn't even know that he was a Jew.
Who gives a shit? He was a racist. Who cares?
That's my point, though. Like you're
what's the difference?
That's my. Oh my God.
He started the Great Society
That's a
programs.
distinction without a difference. He was a
And
racist.
Tommy, what I'm trying to
he
explain-
used the word nigger all the
Okay.
time. You're saying that like that makes a difference. Okay, what makes it
Because you said that there were no
racist?
Jewish presidents. Because you said there were no Jewish presidents.
Who's attacking?
So
That's why I
the
said that.
fundamentals of his ideology. Let me explain this for 5 seconds. The fundamentals of your ideology are not actually attacking white supremacy. It's about black people are the victims, and as long as I can name an oppressor, I will hold that. But you don't know who the oppressors.
We're victims.
You don't even know who the oppressors are. As long as you know black
do.
people are
White
the victims,
supremacists.
you think you're right. You don't even know who
White
controls you.
supremacists are the oppressors.
If you want to
Whites,
know,
there are a lot
if
of-
you want to know
there are a
who
lot
rules
more
over
white-
you, Tariq, learn. Hold on. If you want to know who rules over you, learn who you are not allowed to criticize. And you can go on any of these spaces and talk about white supremacy. But if you talk
because if a
about
black
Jewish
person
supremacy,
criticizes a Jewish person, other white people get on code with them.
No.
The black
They
people to
actually
use that. To
There are
oppress.
more-
Yes.
there
So
are
y'all
more-
get on code with the Jewish people.
There are
Right.
more
So you get on
white.
code with them.
There are more white poor people in America than
Okay,
blacks.
no. Hold on. No. For example, hold on. For example, when Nick Cannon got in hot water with the Jewish community, where were all the Anglo-white people defending Nick Cannon? Nobody. Where were you?
what are you talking about?
I'm talking about if it's Jewish supremacy and they're the real oppressors, when they were going after Nick Cannon, where were the Anglo
y'all could have
white
saved
people defending Nick Cannon?
They will get shut down if they speak up.
Where were the Anglo white people defending Kyrie Irving? When
They will
those
get
white
canceled
people-
if they
You're
speak
not
against
allowed to
Jewish people. Are you
criticize
stupid?
Jewish power, Tariq. You're calling it out right now.
Okay. Then why were y'all not defending
I
Kyrie
didn't
Irving?
defend Kyrie Irving. I was on Yay 24 working on a political campaign.
Now, who is this talking?
Yes.
Sneeko? I'm talking about the white people. You're not white. Where were the white?
Okay, so I'm a white supremacist.
Why
Like,
you keep
what do you like?
attacking people?
I
You call me a white
never
supremacist.
said you're a white
Talking about
supremacist.
every- talking about every-
Sneeko, put the dirt cookies down because it's making your brain right. I've never said you're a white supremacist. I said you're a wannabe.
Are
I'm
you?
talking about the
Are
white
you like?
supremacist.
Did crack? Like, was your mom
Stop,
smoking
stop,
crack?
stop.
What do you? You've been calling me a white supremacist the entire space.
No, I haven't. You're a
I tell you
wannabe.
that I
You're
tell you that
not
I
white.
defend
So,
Kyrie
Tariq, this is
Irving
what
when he
we'll
called out.
Nico,
the-
you're not
Tariq.
white. You're not
Tariq, you're
white.
saying-
Yo, you're not white.
Tariq, by your
Tommy,
logic,
do you
you're
hear this?
saying
You hear this,
Nico,
Tommy,
white
right?
You're not
supremacists.
white.
Hold on, guys.
You're not
Guys, that's
white.
fine. Sneeko's not white. Awesome.
All right.
So by your logic, Tariq, you're
Right.
saying
And by the way, Lyndon B. Johnson, I'm looking it up. This guy ain't Jewish. Where is he?
he's Jewish, bro. His
His
grand
mother was a Jew.
No, he's not.
his
His mother
maternal
was a Jew.
side
No,
is
he's not.
Jews. His grand his
No, they're
yes,
not.
bro.
Yes, they are.
They don't publicize
No, they're
it for
not. I'm
obvious
looking at
reasons.
it.
What the fuck?
You white supremacist
Oh, my
lie.
God.
He was that dude.
Tariq.
No, he's not.
Bernie
Tariq.
Sanders is a Jew.
He's
and
not
he was
Jewish.
Yeah, Bernie
supposed to-
Sanders
was
is Jewish
Jewish.
too. So look,
Lord.
Tariq, look.
if you think that white supremacy is the same as Jewish supremacy, how about this? How about you do an episode on your YouTube channel, specifically YouTube channel, and you talk about the Jews that are white supremacists and you criticize them?
No,
and let's see what happens.
Because I don't break white supremacy. No, because that's the trick, y'all won't. No, because what y'all try to do, y'all try to get folks to kind of crash out with that garbage so that you can join.
How do you crash
so that
out
you
if they
can
don't have
join.
supremacy?
So no. Because what you do, no. What the white supremacists, what the Anglo white supremacists do, they will try to use